It's just like the old radio show, with the added ability to swear. A lot. From the Mac of all trades studio in Fairport. And driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thanks for getting your pod on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship. I was trying to update something on the Facebook Live, and I changed it at the last minute. Just before we were coming on the air, I was going in to find somebody's phone number, and I said to Danny, I go, I have two Mike Thes that were listeners to the show you and I were part of, The Break Room. Back in the early 2000s or mid-2000s?
2008 to 2014. So, 14 was the, 13. At the end of December 7th, 2013, Bill Moran did his last broadcast during a Christmas party. It was a Wednesday night.
Oh, wow.
And that was it.
Isn't that
Pearl Harbor Day? Yeah. Billy torpedoed Intercom and said...
Not. I didn't torpedo them.
Screw that, I'm going home.
They did a great job and have... crushed since then.
They've done very well.
They have crushed. Since I left, they crushed. Seriously.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. But it's so funny. So I look and I go, Mike the Dad. Mike the Dad was a listener, a participant. He came in the studio. He would tell us stories. Some funny shit with that guy.
Yeah, like you thought he was like a walking sitcom. Like, Mike, are you serious?
Yeah. Remember he was like out prowling around the neighborhood. He gave us all machetes. I still have the machete.
He never gave me one, but he gave you and Tommy one. He said, Danny, you don't need one.
I still have it in its plastic
case.
Yeah. I think I still have it.
I was amazed at the size of those things. That's like a yardstick.
So Mike the Dad is no longer with us. Mike the Dad has passed.
Yeah, he passed away.
And then there was a guy I always called Mike the Hammer, and Hammer had come and done some things around my house, helped put in a cedar plank ceiling in the sunroom, did some stuff with the when I did the treehouse, and just a good guy. And he was, I think he passed.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he got ill and passed, and had a young son who was a big baseball player back in high school. No, I'm just thinking of glory days. Yeah. So then, I think he was probably, that kid's got to be around my son Jordan's age. Or a little bit younger, but not much. And then you just brought up Charlotte Shore's Jesse, who was another guy that hung out with Noel. He died, huh?
Yeah, he died.
Oh, man.
He died a little while ago.
And then you brought up Noel, who was the queen of the silver dollar. And I will admit this now, that there was a time where, I just killed a bug. I don't know what it was. I thought it would fly away. I was going to try to shoo it off. I didn't know that my big finger would hit it and it'd die.
Oh, he's got to pay attention, Billy.
So she, there was a time where we had set up a whole thing with like actors on the phone.
Yes.
It was a pretty elaborate bit where we had a kid who was desperate for a prom date. And she heard it, and she agreed to come in. So she came in and modeled dresses, but we never let her in on that there really wasn't this kid. It was just some actor on the phone. And then we had some other actress play the kid's mom and get all pissed off that this 28-year-old woman was going to take her son to the prom. And that's how we kind of got out of the bit and never,
right.
And
like she got so worked up about it. And Noel got worked up on the kids' defense and tried on these dresses in front of our Ustream camera.
Yeah.
And we broke records.
Yeah.
We actually froze the software for about an hour because so many creeps were tuning in to see what Noel looked like in those dresses.
It was funny because, the one thing, like, I will say that I think that a lot of times we lose, I think, in this form of entertainment is it was radio, and so there was just, you showed up and you did your whatever, right? You did the music or you did your shift and you left. And to me, it was like, this was theater. And I saw it as a playground and an opportunity to to play and manipulate and have fun and entertain. I mean, to me, that was the big thing, was entertain.
It's a lost art now, but yeah.
Well, but it was entertainment, and I think there was a lot of times that there was this authenticity, which I think is true. I think there's a real piece of that. I mean, certainly all of us had been very vulnerable and open about our lives and things like that. But then the entertainment part of it to me was sometimes you manipulated these things, and maybe it was fake and no one knew it, and who cared? It was entertaining and it was serial, and you tuned in to find out what was going to happen next. And I think as time has gone on, things like War of the Roses that I think Seacrest does and some others, it was all actors and stuff like that. But who cares? Right. It was just, it's entertainment, and you take it for that. And I think there were other people who wanted to, I want to expose you. It's not real. You're being duped. Oh, who gives a shit? And I always thought you kind of suck the fun out of it, because who cares?
Right.
Most of this would be art imitating life, which is what it's supposed to be, where it would be real. And I mean, I'm sure Noelle would have been upset if she found out that there really wasn't a kid looking to go to the prom. It was just some young-sounding guy who we found and put him on the phone and told him what to say. I mean, I used to write all these things, and you and I would go upstairs. And I think that, I don't know, it was just funny.
It was hysterical. There was this one guy we had on perpetually, right? And
oh, God, the black comic.
Black Ed
wasn't
Black
real.
Jefferson Ed, yeah.
But then he
was a real comic.
And he wanted to come in for real. He wanted to review.
And we couldn't get him in because he was in New York or something, and we couldn't get him. So
no, he said he was trying to get booked at the club.
Oh, okay.
On his own. He used to call me. Mm-hmm. We used to talk. He thought we were the coolest people.
And we did a comedy show, or I think it was Phil Damber, one of those guys, like opened up or closed the show, and there was this one black guy there. And Noelle, among 10 other people, walked up to him. Are you Black Ed? Are you Black Ed?
It's the one chip in the
And
cookie.
I had to open up the comedy, like introduce everybody, right? And I'm not a comic. And part of me goes, do I walk up to that guy and just ask him if he's Black Ed just for a joke?
Did you?
No, I didn't. And afterwards, I'm like, you know what? I just should have. I should have said, hey, do you mind if we set this up ahead of time and go, I'm going to get this question answered once and for all. Are you Black Ed?
Oh, that's funny.
Because everybody kept asking, are you Black Ed? Yeah. The poor black guy. One black dude.
That was funny.
Black Ed was hilarious.
Because we didn't tell Tommy either, but Tommy was kind of smart enough to figure out what was what.
Bro, Black Ed's not real.
Yeah.
Because I think I did a show with him once back in like Jupiter in 72. But yeah, we had a blast with some of those.
Yeah, we did.
Remember the guy we had where like, he goes, hey, he was a Puerto Rican sounding guy, and he goes, yeah, I got a problem. What's the matter? He goes, so my brother's a real macho man. Well, he had a kidney transplant, and all of a sudden he's gay. I think he got a gay kidney. Remember?
Like, we came up with some fucked up shit, man. We wrote some really funny things, and that was...
It was entertainment.
Well, that's how I always saw it. And I always thought, like, people get upset that there was enough real stuff. Like, I talked about my kids, and you talked about things in your life, and Tommy and his. There's enough real stuff that, sometimes real life can be kind of boring. I mean, think about anybody, right? Oh, yeah. Everybody goes, it could be a reality show. Well, maybe you couldn't.
No.
You got a few highlights throughout the week, maybe. You got one on Monday, possibly one on Thursday, and that's it. And
so today I'm going to the post office.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to buy some stamps. I got to mail a letter to my mom.
All right. So so to me, this was just fun. And it was a way to come up with content. And I enjoyed like really trying to come up with some stuff that would be just on the edge. Oh, yeah. And then you had the really deep listeners that go, that wasn't real, was it?
Every day Mary would call up every day. Oh, tell her, Mary, that's illegal. You can't do that. You can't do that, Mary.
This is so stupid.
Because there was a documentary I saw.
Oh, my God. It's just funny. And I do think, like, for radio itself, come on, man. Radio, I don't know how to say it because I don't want to. I love it, and this would be an extension of that. You know what I mean? You're right.
So
I don't ever I never begrudge radio. I never would ever say anything really honestly about the medium itself. Maybe some of the people in it, but the medium
being
itself.
in the room with microphones, creating something. That's what it's all about.
Well,
Forget all the superfluous management and all the other garbage that goes with it.
The greatest thing you could do is collaborate with people, right? If you can collaborate with people and build something, that's the greatest stuff. And so that's what we were doing. But at the same time, it was fun for me to try to. I love to manipulate shit and set things up. I mean, I set all kinds of things up even when I was on the Wii show that he wasn't aware of, that I would manipulate that would become like.
Because if you could catch the host off guard,
well,
you
I
get
could
the
never
real guttural reaction.
Exactly, I could never get in. So everything everybody was hearing was authentic because they didn't know that the person on the other end calling up about Bobby Joe saying something bad about a sponsor or a spa that she's like, ugh, they were horrible. And then, other things. And then to have someone call up the next day and go, I can't believe that she said all that. Oh my God, what happened? And then you hear, oi, bruh. Oh, my wife and Billy's wife, they called each other. They were shocked. Right? That kind of stuff. And that was where, you got the real reaction, and I could get things that people wouldn't bring up to come out that I knew were great content.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? They were great content.
I had a cousin come up driving up to the thruway, and he goes, "What station you listen to? You on, cuz?" I go, 96.5. He's driving through. He calls me up. Who's this Condom Kyle guy, man? That is hilarious. I don't even remember what the Condom Kyle bit was.
I don't either.
But man, the other stuff we would do, I would play with the callers. If they had something, I would try to get them to say something better than they would originally tell me.
Yeah.
So we had the guy who called about Eric Holtz, the guy who with the car, he stole the cars, and then he got out of the cul-de-sac when the cops had him cornered, and everybody said, "Oh, he's a real douchebag. Eric Holtz is a real douchebag."
Yeah.
So this kid calls me up and goes, "Yeah, this girl I'm banging, she went to school with Eric Holtz, and she says he's a total douche." I go, "You got to tell Billy that. Exactly how you told me."
Yeah.
You go, "Billy, this girl I'm banging," right? If Tommy couldn't stop laughing. But that was it. I mean, it was fun. And you don't hear that much in radio anymore. You don't, especially in sports radio. You don't hear any of that.
Danny, this just now.
Okay.
7:03 p.m. is when we're recording this on Thursday, August 24th. If I say Bray Wyatt,
WWE wrestler,
dead at 36.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Don't know.
Holy cow.
Did you know, was he a big wrestler? I know nothing about
Bray
wrestling.
Wyatt, yeah, literally, he was a big dude. Very big dude. And he had a run for a while in the WWE, and then out of nowhere, about a year or so ago, Vince McMahon just released a bunch of wrestlers, and he was one of them. And there was
a
talk,
three-time world champion?
Yeah, there was talk that he was going to be brought back once Triple H took over, once Vince was shown the door, then he actually came back into. And a lot of people really had high hopes for Bray because he looked like a guy who could be a world champion and carry the company. Because when everybody laughs, well, it's not real. No, it's real. It's just choreographed. And when they hand you the championship belt, the idea is that you're going to be the biggest star, the biggest villain in the company, but also ultimately you carry the company. You're the guy that they trust. You're the main character now. Kind of like Batman in the Batman series.
Gotcha.
Right? Or Superman or whatever. And Bray Wyatt was a guy who had a following. And I hadn't seen him wrestle in a while. Maybe he was having health problems or something. Did they say why he died? Or
I said died unexpectedly. I don't know.
Okay.
I think there was some speculation there, and I didn't really see.
Because there was an athlete named Brody Lee who passed away during the COVID era a couple of years ago. He was from Rochester, but he had a congenital heart or lung issue.
Oh, a lung issue.
Lung issue, and he passed away. And I may have accidentally met him once when, like, those guys who do the wrestling show on Saturday mornings at HTK, they used to do they would bring these wrestlers in. Yeah, I'm trying out for the WWE. And lo and behold, these guys would get in. Like, years later, you wouldn't remember them, but they would get in, because they were following their dream. And but Bray Wyatt, that's too bad. That's too bad. He's a big dude. He had a lot of potential.
The other day, my birthday, and I was trying to get in shape, doing some running and stuff, bought new sneakers, getting the whole thing going. And you realize how old you're starting to get. And when you hear of a 36-year-old guy dying, it's like a little scary, right? You go, oh my God. And I've actually had some people that I've gone to high school with just die.
Right. When you hear somebody died, the first thing you want to know is why.
Right. Exactly.
Well, were they sick?
Yeah.
Because if they weren't...
Tell me it was drugs. Tell me they were doing drugs.
No. Okay.
I don't want
was it alcohol poisoning? No.
I don't need it to.
Okay. Was it COVID?
Don't let it be anything I was doing.
Because could that be any of us?
Right. But then I did hear Kevin Hart did this whole piece where he's sitting in a wheelchair and he was being funny. It's about 2 minutes long. Actually, let me see if I put a little pause in there. But he talks about, now Kevin Hart, you said to me, you got to stay in shape. I'm pretty sure he works out all the time, had a personal trainer. I've watched some documentary that he did. I think it was called Being Kevin Hart. And he's working out all the time. And then Fabletics, which is supposed to be like Lululemon for men, but half the price, is his company. And Kevin works out a lot. I think that Kevin's working out is more strength stuff. Mm-hmm. But listen to this.
Well, you know it's going to be bad. Anytime somebody starts off by saying, well, it's bad. Ladies and gentlemen, the age 40 is real. To all my men, women out there that are 40 years old and above, it's not a game. Respect that age. Respect that age. Or that age will make you respect it. I was just forced to respect it. This is just a public service announcement because I know people may see me out. And I don't want you to be alarmed, but I'm in a wheelchair. Yeah. I'm in a wheelchair. Why? Well, because I tried to jump out there and do some young stuff. Tried to go out there and do some young man stuff, and I was told to sit my ass down. Shouts out to Stephen Wiley. I'm going to put this story out there before you do. Me and Stephen, we got into a little debate. This debate was based off of who was faster. Those that know me know I'm pretty fast. Stephen said, Kev, ain't no way you going to beat me. Stephen is an ex-NFL running back, played for New England Patriots. Very good guy. I said, Steve, you can bet it. He said, bet. I said, bet. We get out there, we go run the 40-yard dash. 40-yard dash. Guys, I blew all my shit. Tore my lower abdomen. My abductors are torn. I don't even know what that is, but I tore them. I tore those too. I can't walk. Sit my ass down.
Your abductors, I think, are in your hip. Like your hip abductors.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Like, you really got to be stiff to tear those. We'd have to get a physical therapist on, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
This is 44. Tell you what you just lost, son. You just lost every opportunity of me going and racing you anytime soon. It's over. Kenneth, it's over. Sit down. What are we competing for at this age? Why are we like what am I doing? Why did I even race? Stupidest shit ever. Now I can't walk because I'm somewhere trying to get the title of the fastest
guy
at the barbecue. What was I thinking, son? God, got to be the stupidest man alive. It is what it is, man. This is life. I'm out. I got about 6 to 8. I blew my shit. Welp.
So when did you injure yourself at being older?
Okay.
Maybe trying to do something.
The first time was in, I think, 2006. I was 26 years old, and I hadn't played competitive baseball in years. And I played softball with Brad Davies, and I was the third batter up. And right out of the box, there was this. It was at the Henrietta Fields, and I stepped into a hole on the baseline. It wasn't that deep, but it was deep enough where I pulled my quad. I'm like, I'm only 26, right? Well, I never stretched or anything because I'm thinking I could do this. I'm still young. Most guys are in their prime when they're 28. And so that was the first time. Second time, I'm working with you one morning, and I'm living with my ex-wife at the time, and I go in to pick up my bag for work and crack my back, and I can't walk. And instead of giving me sympathy, she's like, that's because you don't work out. You don't take care of yourself. I'm like, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to get to work, and I can't move.
Yeah.
Found out that what it was I still have this issue.
No spine.
That's not true. A crooked hip.
Remember we used to say that?
When are you telling? When are you going to grow a gosh damn spine? Oh, he didn't say gosh.
We used to say that all the time. We used to say that all the time.
I give him credit. He helped me grow a spine. But I was like on medications, like muscle relaxers and stuff for like a week. I mean, it was bad. And then I've had those back issues ever since. And that's what reminded me that I'm old. Yes.
Alex has joined us. Alex is the producer of Games.
Hey,
the
Alex.
podcast will be debuting in a couple of weeks, which we taped a bunch of episodes. Yeah.
5 episodes.
5 episodes. Just knocked out 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's some really interesting topics that they discuss. And it's usually based around a game, like a normal game. But we were talking about Kevin Hart and how he injured himself racing somebody. He said he tore the abductors in his hips. Because I remember trying to go out and run. Like I used to be able to run the half mile in high school in under 2 minutes. And I went out
twice around the track, right?
Yeah. And I did it in like a minute, somewhere around 1:58. And man, I went out and I was so fucking depressed when I heard my first lap time. I'm like, fuck it, I'm out. I was so mad, but by then I had kids and stuff, and I think the biggest thing you can do for your body, and I don't think this is one that Kevin Hart does, is stretch. It's stretching and yoga is the biggest thing. And I stretch. I even go on YouTube and I find stretches for stiff people. But I do that stuff because it really does help you. And then I went and I've been having trouble with my Achilles. Like they burn and they hurt sometimes.
Seriously?
Achilles, yeah. So when I went to Fleet Feet, I talked to them about sneakers for that. And so now I have.
And now I'm 6'8" again.
It says guard. It says they come with like
zero pain.
There's
that old guy.
These are old.
Zero pain.
Yeah, that was the what was that? That was.
I'm all hunched over. I walk into Fleet Feet. All of a sudden, I'm 6'1" again. No pain. Zero pain.
The Good Feet store.
The Good Feet store. Yeah.
So I tell them what I have, and they go, well, you want something with less of a drop to the heel. You want it more even, and then it even says with guardrail right on the side. Like I got old man stabilizing sneakers, but I've been running and I feel great.
Yeah, you got the Hurricanes for your feet,
and I'm not running fast. Like I don't know that I ever was really smoking any, running that fast, but I just like it. It just feels. I think it feels good to be moving and stuff, but I would make sure you stretch a lot. Oh, yeah. That would be my thing. After hearing that, stretch a lot.
My buddy Steve just turned 60. He don't look 60 at all. He looks like in his late 40s, but he's always looked a little bit younger. He's always taking care of himself. But his feet have always been an issue. So he's got to wear these like special shoes. What's the one with the N on them, New Balance?
Yeah.
He's got to wear these New Balances with really thick soles. And one shoe is thicker than the other. Do you have drop foot or something? Like is one foot not as like long or leg is not as long as the other? Because of his feet. So
it could be any number of things. Like he could have like hip things, or he could have like an Achilles thing. Like there could be a lot of reasons why you're uneven.
But the guy still plays. He still plays competitive softball. He flies out every weekend to tournaments across the country.
Really?
Oh, to win money. Oh yeah.
Steve Horton?
Yeah.
That guy you were in the band with?
Yeah, we got a new band name by the way. But he flies out. He's very athletic, very strong. He does not look like he's 60 years old. But his feet, though, he's got to wear those special, like...
His feet are 80.
Yeah. Yeah. His metabolic foot age is 80.
Yeah, his feet are 80.
My ears are like 80. I can't hear shit.
My wife says the same thing about me.
What?
I have husband hearing. I go, you should go on the podcast and talk about like
men have men hearing and they have men vision. When you ask when I ask Lewis to find stuff in the house, like can you see if you can find my keys? They're always in the same spot. He'll go in the kitchen, they're hanging on the refrigerator. He'll go in the kitchen, he'll look around. I don't know where the keys are. Did you look or did you boy look?
Right.
You boy look. That is true. There is, I guess that is.
It's right in front of you.
That is a real thing.
Yeah, it is. It was like a camouflage.
You have man vision. And if you like come home and put your wallet and your keys on the counter and we move them a little to the left, you suddenly can't find them anymore.
It's like a Jurassic Park dinosaur.
Well, I'm a big.
It's a little to the left.
Vision's based on movement.
that was always my thing. Hang up your keys. I don't have so much time on the planet. I don't want to spend it looking for keys at all. I don't want
to look for anything.
No. So I always make sure I hang up my stuff. That way I can just at least
My
that.
wife tells me, honey, we have a spot for the remote, or what you call the clicker. It's right here on the coffee table. When you're done, put it right here on the coffee table. I know if it's not right here on the coffee table, that you somehow didn't put it right here on the coffee table. Because I always put it right here on the coffee table.
Oh, my God. I think I'd lose my mind. I think I would lose my mind.
I mean, that's a little like the remote can get lost.
No, she's not nagging. She's just saying, like,
Because
we can avoid this problem.
You spend 15 minutes looking for the remote, and then you're
Absolutely.
frustrated.
Right.
Your heart rate's up. Now I don't want to watch TV. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Then we got to spend 45 minutes deciding what we're going to watch.
Yeah.
And it's 9:15. Well, we can't do a movie.
Do you have a system where, like, if you guys are watching a show together, you're not allowed to watch in advance of her, or she's not allowed to watch? Like, if you guys are both fans of Glee, like, she's not allowed to watch the new episodes of Glee until you.
Yeah. But we haven't really had to go through that yet because we don't agree on many programs to begin with.
Really?
Yeah, we just don't. It's just she's more into, like, she loves anything with an acronym, like NCIS, SCI, or CSI rather, like Law and Order SUV.
Did you ever watch with her? Just to,
I've watched it. NCIS isn't a bad show.
Yeah,
it's not at all. Actually, I go, okay, so what happened to Gibbs? Like you actually care? Well, no, I'm just interested since you're watching this. I'm just reading here, but it's kind of curious what happened to Gibbs. I just want to know.
Do you ever find out that you know more about the shows she watches than you think you do?
Oh yeah. I go, where'd this lady come from? She was only on for like 4 episodes. Oh, okay.
That's what I mean. Like, all of a sudden, you become a fan of Big Brother, even though you never watched.
But now
Big
cable
Brother.
TV now has caught on to and they caught on a while ago to the binge watching thing.
Yeah.
So they'll just do episode like Family Guy on Friday nights on Freeform is all night. Okay, or on Comedy Central, it's office night, like every other night. So you'll go through the entire series maybe 3 times in a week, And so she's like, "Didn't you watch this like last week?" I go, no, I didn't. I don't remember that. She goes, "No, yeah, this is the one where Jim did." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry."
Danny, it sounds like you do a lot of apologizing in your relationship. Yeah. Am I wrong on that?
I do.
Yeah,
I'm an
a
easy
lot of
mark.
goofing around and just I'm an easy mark. Okay.
But then again,
All
the stuff that I watch more, like when I'm by myself, I don't watch regular television. I've got to watch a show that really sucks me in, or I'm watching YouTube videos and learning things, or I'm watching football tape, or I'm watching.
What the fuck are you watching on
I was
YouTube
just
that you're
gonna
going
ask,
to learn?
what are you
learning?
I watch economics videos, sales videos. I also watch
What economics videos are you watching?
like how economics works.
Okay.
The whole thing, because you're right. You got to pay attention right now in the world, Billy. Like, if interest rates are flying and Biden's falling asleep at the switch, I don't know if you've noticed. We got to be prepared for the next election. I'm in my 40s now. I got to be ready for this.
Okay. I guess that's good that you are.
Or like how to buy a car, because how
to buy a car.
Well, yeah, like negotiation
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I like learning stuff like that.
Yeah.
And understering how it works. I want
Knowledge is power.
the why. I want to find out the why. I'm
Definitely.
curious about the why.
Yeah,
Why is it
that's
the way
fine.
it is? Where I'll watch video on football. Like I'll watch tape.
I've been watching. I went to look. Is there another episode of Hard Knocks?
Yeah,
out?
it ran Tuesday. I haven't seen it
I
yet.
haven't. Oh, so I just went today to look and I didn't see it. It was still showing me episode 1. I haven't seen episode 2.
There should be 3 now.
That's what I thought. I don't know why my HBO. And so I went and watched Winning Time the other night.
The Lakers document, or not
It's
documentary.
a fictionalized version of that, but I do love that. And then I've started a show that I never watched when it was on TV, and I just watch it all the time now. I just put it on.
Please tell me it was Barry on HBO.
No, worse.
Worse.
Yeah, Suits.
You know what's funny? Everybody's watching Suits is because
Yeah.
Netflix has put it on its front page. Everybody wants to watch because they're trying
just-
to capitalize off the Meghan Markle, Harry,
I guess,
Prince
but I
Harry
mean,
stuff.
but I've gotten into the show,
And they're trying because now they want to try to reboot it.
It's a very simple. It's a very simple show. Like I can see the writing on it, and it's always this drama and there's fighting. It's just stupid. And
it's very formulaic.
I think I fell asleep and it ran through maybe 2 episodes, and I could still figure out what was happening. It's not.
Is it lawyers? Are they about?
Yeah,
is it
it's
about
lawyers. Yeah, it's lawyers. It's this kid who didn't go to law school, but is an
savant.
absolute genius and took the LSATs for people. They paid him, and then he was running from some guys who were after him for drug money, and he winds up in this interview, does the interview, and the guy goes, "I'd give you the $25,000." He goes, "We only hire Harvard lawyers." He goes, "Ask me anything in that book." right now. And I'll tell you, and he explains it all. The guy goes, I'd give you the $25,000 bonus right now, but we can't. He goes, well, you know what? I just graduated from Harvard. And so now it's a lie. So he's never passed the bar. He's never done anything. They've somehow hacked in and made all this stuff. And that's the big secret now. That's the dilemma in Suits. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, okay.
So it's a really simple, dumb show, but they got good-looking people in there. Some of the chicks are kind of hot, and that's it. It's all right.
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
Wasn't LA Law the big show in the 80s where everybody's like,
yeah.
lawyers sleeping with each other?
That's right.
Yeah.
Blouses coming off.
You got it. We'll take a moment. When we come back, Fairport Music Fest kicks off tomorrow night, and they've got a whole bunch of stuff going on right through Sunday when they're going to do a big jam at Iron Smoke. So Rob Burke's going to come in, and artist Jen Cristy, who I know nothing about, but we'll find out all about her. So that is next. But first, Iron Smoke Distillery right here in Fairport, New York, has something for everybody on their whiskey journey. If you're just starting out, they got something for you. If you are somebody who is a whiskey connoisseur, they've got something for you that's going to delight your senses and ignite your passion because it's exceptional quality. Now, Iron Smoke Distillery also has live music, and this weekend is the weekend to be in Fairport because it's the Fairport Music Festival. It kicks off tonight, and over at Iron Smoke Distillery at 6 o'clock, you got Roy Wilson and the Buzzards taking the main stage. They play some rockabilly. At 7:30, it'll be Whiskey Treaty Roadshow. It's kind of an Americana roots folk band. And at 9:30, part of the Fairport Music Fest, it's Northside Johnny rocking the stage. And then be sure to come back tomorrow. Beginning at 1 o'clock, you have Ethos, and there'll be a band on the main stage at Iron Smoke Distillery just about every hour until 11 o'clock at night, when it wraps up with the Tommy Burnett Band and friends doing their alternative country. And, of course, Tommy Burnett is the face and owner of Iron Smoke Distillery. But if you want to see who's playing when, go to ironsmokedistillery.com. You can find out when you can see Band from the Tavern, part of the Fairport Music Festival, at Iron Smoke. Chartwell will be over there as well. Again, ironsmokedistillery.com. Click on calendar, and you'll see who's playing when, part of the Fairport Music Festival at Iron Smoke Distillery, ironsmokedistillery.com.
The Wings are home this weekend. Friday features a Hawaiian shirt giveaway and fireworks. Saturday is Grateful Dead night with fireworks and a jersey giveaway for kids. Sunday has a backpack giveaway for kids, and kids can run the bases. For tickets, visit redwingsbaseball.com.
Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. You're going to find them on Route 96 in Victor. You know, we're getting into that busy time of year where there seems to be more meetings than ever, right? Everybody has requires a meeting. You got to go from here to there, whether it be Cub Scouts or hockey, practices for the kids, pick up, drop off at school, and just getting yourself to where you need to be. You need something safe and reliable. Now, here's the problem. You got needs and you got a budget. How do you make those two things work together? You go to Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They have an excellent team there that's going to help you get into something safe, reliable, that fits both your needs and your budget. They've got a huge selection there. I know we keep hearing about how hard it is to find that's not at Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They have a huge selection. They will get you into something that's going to fit both your needs and your budget. You will find them online at victorcdjr.com and in person on Route 96 in Victor. Jen Cristy. The name of the song is Crawl. She'll be playing at the Fairport Music Fest. And Jenny, you got to forgive me because I'm not familiar with your music, but I wish I was because it's exactly my personal genre. Like, I love singer, songwriter, and I kind of get that vibe. Would that be fair to say?
Absolutely, yes.
And I'm a big fan of a guy named John Hyatt that nobody really probably knows. And if you look behind you, I love the song Tennessee Plates. And that's how I usually close the podcast all the time. It's a nice tribute to Elvis. And John wrote songs that other people made famous.
Sure.
I think probably Angel Eyes in the late 80s was one that Jeff Healey did, and he was one. But, God, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
Really nice. Is it odd to sit there and hear yourself, right? I mean,
I was like,
Okay.
I know. It's kind of like when you were, when I was in radio, you'd have to sit in a room, just you and the program director, and listen to yourself, and you just wanted to find a way to just slink out the fucking door. Can I slide out of here? But, I mean, you're a pro. You've been doing it for how long? Your whole life?
Well, I've professionally about 20. Oh, no, I don't like this at all. Like 23, 24 years.
Okay, yeah. But, I mean, probably your whole life.
I played piano my whole life.
Yeah. That's fantastic. And then you told me you're from Bloomington, Indiana, and so I said to you, what are you always asked? I had to ask that.
John Mellencamp, anything about him?
Yes,
So.
and sure enough,
Yep.
right. And we were talking about Mellencamp, but you toured with him in opening up, play. How did that work?
I was actually a backup singer, multi-instrumentalist for
Yeah.
him. So,
Have you ever watched a documentary on Netflix called 20 Feet from Stardom? Isn't that great?
It's fantastic.
I love that.
Especially when they get to with the Rolling Stones with the
Yeah, with
that whole
what's her
story.
name? Mary Clayton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Freaking,
And the story, and they even kind of confirm it in there, is like they woke her up in the middle of the night. She's living in France,
I think
right?
she was like pregnant too.
Yeah,
and
and
she's,
I had a
shows up with her,
miscarriage.
hair, yeah, that's
And she didn't exactly attribute that to the singing,
right.
But over the years it was, and they were. That's my absolute favorite album. I think that's Exile on Main Street. I thought maybe, yeah, I think so too. That I love that album, and I might be wrong on that one, but I was always loved the Stones and all that. So Rob Birch is here, and can we start at the beginning, because everything starts with an idea. Right, everything starts with an idea, and there are many ideas, and a lot of them you ever sitting on your couch and you see something, you go, God damn it, I had that idea. Well, I could have made $1 million fucking dollars. But like, this was an idea to start the music festival. Whose idea? How did it come about? And where we are today?
So about 20 years ago, High Falls used to do the party in the park.
It was at High Falls, right?
I was down there, and we had been doing a golf tournament that benefited Galisano's Hospital.
Yeah.
And
Why were you involved in that?
The guy that ran it, his daughter had to go through the hospital.
Yeah.
And everything's great. She had a bad cancer, but she's a mother now. She's about 33 years old.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I've always said about Galisano Children's Hospital, I hope you never need it, but man, I'm glad it's there. Right. And I had 3 boys. We practically had an easy pass at times getting in and out of there. These guys were in and out for this, that. I mean, my middle guy, who's 21 now, was having what we thought were seizures. Turned out to be severe food allergies.
Oh, man.
Like right away, projectile vomiting, losing weight, so you're back in the hospital. And they're fantastic over there. I mean, it was really, really great.
Right. So we were involved in that golf tournament, and I was coming back from party in the park. And I go, how can we incorporate music? So we batted around with some ideas up at the Village Inn over a few beers.
Yeah.
Came up.
That's where all the best ideas come, over beers. Always.
And it was more than a few beers. It was late.
That's even when the better ideas come. How do you think the Declaration of Independence came about?
It's back when I could stay out late.
Yeah.
Didn't even really remember the conversation I had with Andy McDermott. I went to work the next day, and email pops up, hey, let's meet for lunch and talk about this music thing. I'm going like, oh, okay.
It's always better when what you don't remember is a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the bad thing that I don't like.
So we got together and hashed it out. We decided I was on sabbatical from my job. I had the summer off with pay.
Okay.
So the kids were little, so I took them to Disney World for 10 days and went broke.
Yeah.
And when I came back, the rest of the time I worked on. I didn't know what I was doing. Still don't really know what I'm doing. And
those are always the best. I always think that when you don't know what you're doing, there are no rules, right? It's the people that know what they're doing and start to incorporate the rules, which I'll say is resistance, and then shit doesn't get done.
Right.
So when there are no rules, you got to live like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it was only going to be a 1-year festival because we figured,
Yeah.
I had the time, and this is a lot of work. And then, but it was very small. You've been to it.
Yeah.
It was like 500 people there,
Yeah.
probably.
I think it was at the first one.
Were you?
Yeah. Mainly in this parking lot on the other side of the canal from our studio.
Yes.
Right over there. Right. Yeah.
We only had 2 stages.
Yes.
Matter of fact, our biggest area, we had kids stuff in it. We didn't even have music. So this is some of the bad ideas that we had.
But, I mean, it's all, you never get it wrong.
Right.
And you never get it done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think we raised $12,000 from it. And then we're on a 1-year contract. We always, 2 weeks from now, you'll hear us saying, don't talk about next year's music festival. We don't know if it's going to happen.
Right.
Everybody's got a great idea immediately following the festival. It's like, hey, you know what you guys need to do next year?
Yeah.
And our phrase is always, if there is a next year.
But do you know there's going to be? I mean, because at this point, guys, Fairport, you know, and I know you're not from here, Jen, but the this has turned into a little Nashville, I call it, because
absolutely.
There's so many restaurants and places that in the summer there's so much live entertainment. And our summer, probably like Bloomington, Indiana, I don't know, is brief, right? We've got a window that's really about 3 to 4 months that we can go out and do. I always think we don't sell our fall well enough because we can go deep into October. But there's always live music and things around here. And the Fairport Music Fest has kind of now become the fabric of this town. And you've got restaurants that are coming in because of what a hotspot this has become. And that's part of the thing.
Yeah. Try parking here now.
Well, I've had the town people in, and I know that during, like, I think it's the Fairport Music Fest. Who was the guy? Is there a guy that was bringing out his golf cart?
Oh, yeah.
And you would pay him, and he would run you up and down to the different venues and things. And I think they're thinking of hiring people and buying golf carts because the parking would be down in the old railroad bed. And I keep saying, I'll find a bunch of guys. Let's invest. I'd love to make some money off of parking. Sure. You know what I mean? But I don't know if that'll happen.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah. So how many? We're 20 years in.
Yeah, this will be year 19.
19. Yeah. Okay. So 19 years in, and each year it gets bigger and bigger. I mean, now we've got jumbo screens and a third stage behind. And then is there anything down by the cannery outside stage or just?
No. Everything's in those businesses.
But involved in there would be things that Iron Smoke, Smoking Hot Chicks.
Yeah.
So you can go in there Tin Cup. So inside.
Yep.
Where would I see Jen?
Where won't you?
Right?
Oh, really? Are you playing? Are you playing?
No big deal.
Yeah.
So tomorrow,
I'm just going to let this sit there. It seems rude to say anything.
Tomorrow at Iron Smoke, we're going to have a little jam.
Okay.
Which she'll participate. We got about 3 or 4 bands and then other
So
individuals.
So we're actually going to this piece will drop for people to download Thursday. So tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, tonight. Okay.
And then on Friday we have Jumbo Shrimp and a band called Magnolia Boulevard out of Kentucky.
They're amazing.
Do you know them?
I've been here when they've performed before. They're just incredible.
Okay.
Like, unbelievable.
Yeah, Jumbo always does the opening party. Where's that going to be?
That'll be behind Mulconnery's. That's the one stage that we have.
Well, hello.
Friday. Oh, yeah.
It's always fun.
He's not around, is he?
He may pop up at any time.
He's everywhere.
Yes, he is. Yes.
And so we'll have a jam session for the last 2 hours of that, and she'll participate then. And then on Saturday, are you playing in the morning jam at the B-side?
Probably.
So 11:30 at the B-side.
With Jumbo Shrimp, yeah.
And then
6 o'clock?
6 o'clock on the south stage, which is right over here.
Right over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the afterburner.
And then the afterburner, which will be Sunday at Iron Smoke, right? And how do I find the schedule if I want to find?
It's on fairportmusicfestival.com.
Fairport Music Festival.
And it's got all the other venues on it too,
Yeah.
not just our stages. And then links to the bands and
Yeah. How long does it take to put all this together and to go out? And do you scout bands? You know, I remember going once to South by Southwest with a local promoter, and he was scouting bands to bring here for Party in the Park or other things. Do you go do that?
I used to do it. Now I let my daughter do it. She's all over the place.
And she loves it.
Yeah. She's the one who turned me on to Magnolia Boulevard.
Is there a vision with this at all? I mean, obviously, great fundraiser for the hospital. They have to be so grateful for what you've done and what this has become. But is there a vision to maybe make it almost like a Northeast by Northeast? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, something along those lines, or no?
We would need an infusion of youth.
An infusion of youth
in the volunteer stuff that we do to make it any bigger.
Okay.
It's quite a chore.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I see the stuff, and it's really impressive, and it's such a fun. Yeah. It's just such a great vibe, right? There's something about music that is, this is going to sound hokey, but kind of healing in a way, and I think does, right? I mean, am I wrong? I really believe that, and I think that there's something about bringing the community together, for a common goal, and everybody is just there to have fun.
Yeah.
Right?
And the hospital brings that too, what the charity is.
Yes.
I think that was very important. I don't know if we would be that successful had we gone with another charity.
Yeah.
Because they're big around here.
They're big, and I would always say this too. There's lots of charities, but this is one where the money stays local.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're helping out, and it's not just Rochester, but it's the greater Western New York region. How many people do we hear about child down in Canandaigua ends up at Thompson, and they don't have what's needed, so they transfer them up here. And what they're doing at the hospital now is amazing. There's private rooms. They've tried to make it comfortable for mom and dad to stay there. Yeah. They've done some really innovative things over at Golisano Children's Hospital, and a lot of it has to do with this. And the one thing I think people aren't very aware of is that a lot of times at hospitals, you can't turn anybody away if somebody shows up in need. So sometimes, where does that money come from? Where does the money come from to pay for someone who doesn't have the money? And it's charities like this, and all we're doing when I think about it is making a better community, right? You're making a better community.
Yep.
I mean, it's a better place to live. So that's pretty good. How did you get involved, Jen? Did they come out and find you in Bloomington?
No.
How did they lure you here?
Well, I was coming up doing theater shows in Rochester. We were doing a Bruce Springsteen show, but we were out at Marge's, and my business partner was up playing guitar, and he comes up and he was like, "You have nice hair," and I was like, "Oh, hey," and he's like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "I'm with that guy up there," and then told me about the festival, and then a few years later, invited me out, and I've stayed.
Yeah.
Can't get rid of
I haven't moved in yet.
How many haven't moved in yet? It's a nice area.
I love it here.
I do too. I mean, I'm not originally from here. I went to college here a million years ago and just stayed. But I love it. And the Finger Lakes are great. Have you been down into the Finger Lakes at all?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Everybody always says it, but I always get here and I'm like, I don't want to leave Fairport.
Yeah. I mean, Fairport itself, there's a charm about it.
It's amazing.
It was funny because my youngest kid lives with his mom out of state, and he came to visit, and he was out talking to somebody. He would go do on-the-street interviews for me. Kid has no fear of anything. So he's talking to this guy, and he said, where are you from? The guy was from Austin, had always learned about the Erie Canal, wanted to come up and see the Erie Canal. So my son Jameson says, oh, yeah, well, what do you think of Rochester? And the guy goes, I'm not in Rochester. I'm in Fairport. And Jameson goes, wow. And then Jameson said, no, you're right. This is a little safer. That's a little scary, but
we took her to Rockies for lunch today. So
that was an experience. I loved it.
Yeah, it's very good.
I ate all of my pasta. So.
Yes, well, pasta.
I'm prepared for the day.
You got a carb load. You got a big weekend.
I know.
You got a big weekend coming.
Soaking up everything else.
Yes. So, how many albums?
I've done 6.
6
my
albums.
Last one was a live one.
A live album. Yeah. What is that experience like doing a live album?
I've always wanted to capture it because my memory is like a Etch-a-Sketch. Mm-hmm. So definitely during shows, I don't remember a lot that happens. Okay. So to capture that moment, and I love the human connection and everything. So I say a lot of stupid things when I'm on stage, and I don't know what I'm talking about. So we canceled all that out. We took all that out. But it was just really cool to hear like the audience response and get to experience the show from an outside perspective, and I didn't pick myself apart or anything. I was like, it's just what it was, and I loved it. It was really cool. I always wanted to do one. So.
Where can I go get Jen Cristy albums?
I'm
Spotify
on all
and
the
all?
things, all
Apple,
the things. Yep.
all of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what's your background? What, like, you're a kid? Are parents musical?
Oh no, I'm adopted into a very non-musical family.
Really?
So, I got up on the piano like around 3 and picked out Chariots of Fire, and they put me in lessons, and then classically trained.
Yeah.
And
classically trained. Where did you go?
I ended up going to IU for piano performance.
Okay.
I only did it for a semester because I had a full scholarship for swimming. So I had to
So an athlete and a musician.
Well, I was a swimmer. I can't do anything else.
A Hall of Fame athlete.
Really?
Jen was just inducted into the IU Sports Hall of Fame for swimming.
That's pretty cool.
That's amazing. Because I'm going, swimming to me is, many years ago I did a triathlon, like a mini one, not the full thing, not the Ironman. So the running and biking, okay. The swimming, I went out in the heat. All of a sudden, the next heat came out. They were swimming over top me. I got kicked in the face. I had to sit on the side of the thing at the end. I'm just, and it was a half mile. That's it. It was just a half mile. I couldn't do it.
I can't do open water swimming.
I appreciate the swimming because that's
appreciate
tough.
the running and biking. We can be a team.
Swimming is a whole. I mean, it's your whole body.
Yeah.
You know that's and talk about. I mean, I don't know much about swimming other than Michael Phelps and what he used to eat during training and stuff. Man, he burned some calories.
My
in that.
coach would sit there at the end of the lane and like, you're underweight, and give me peanut butter and stuff like that. Like,
really?
Because I mean,
What happens if you get underweight in swimming?
Well, I was a sprinter, so all the other sprinters had big legs and everything, and I was like a little stick, and like she'd always try to beef me up a little bit, but
okay,
it's just losing power when it comes to sprinting.
Yeah. So adopted into a non-musical family, I think, to me, adoption is such a wonderful thing because you get opportunities that you may not have had.
Yeah.
Did you ever go? Now I have a friend who had given up a child for adoption, and that kid is a man now and found this person, and it's been a wonderful reunion. It really has, and sometimes I'm not sure about the dad. They were teenagers, and it just wasn't, the right thing. And I always think, what a gift to somebody else.
It really was. My parents were, I think, trying to adopt a kid for like 6 years, and then I came up on the market, I guess. But well, and it was like one day visit, and then they sent me home with them. So it's always a joke going on.
Were you adopted like a little older?
17 and a half months old.
Okay.
So I was
Okay.
tiny,
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
But I just sent off in Tennessee. It was a closed adoption, so I can't reach out to my family. But I just recently found out where I came from, because they released all the papers to me, and it was like 100 pages of and my dad was a bassist and was in a cover band in the Southeast. It was crazy to find out wow. It is nurture and it is nature.
Yeah.
So.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. And it's nice that they were able to nurture you enough that you were to take piano and get classically trained and be able to find this love of swimming.
I was very lucky. And I have two older brothers. So it worked out.
And so you've never, I think it was 23andMe or whatever is how my friend found. Did you do anything like that? Are you interested in doing anything?
I'm not really. I have a friend who's a PI, and he was immediately like, I found a picture of your dad. I found a picture of mom. I'm like, what? And so that was enough for me. And I know a little bit of the background and history just for, family, but I'm good. I'm happy with my life. Everything worked out.
And you have your family, right?
I have friends, and,
How supportive were the parents then for musically and everything else? Like when you started bands and things? Because I think a lot of parents kind of, your first thing is like, you're going to be a what?
Yeah.
Like the idea is, although you were going for piano, correct?
Yeah, and I dropped out of that program pretty quickly, but Mellencamp hired me my fourth year. I finished my swimming career, and he immediately hired me. So I didn't finish my college career. My parents were always, I was going for general studies at that point. So they were like, you need to go back. And then I have a company at home that does tribute and reviews and stuff like that. And they finally started coming to those shows, and they're like, okay, you've made a business out of this. I mean, they're very supportive with music, but they were always like, go back to school, get your degree in something. And I'm like, why? I'm perfectly happy, and I have a great career. So
So how did Mellencamp discover you?
I was singing the national anthem at an IU basketball game, and
he was there.
Yep, and he had heard me sing in my sophomore year, but then he heard me again my senior year, and then approached me or had me brought down to him, and I didn't really know who he was. I knew who he was, but I didn't know who he was.
No, see, and he should appreciate that too, right? It's not somebody dying to get on stage with you. It's someone who loves music. That's who I want next to me or behind me.
And it really was just like, hey, come out of the studio. And then he was like, you want to go on tour? You want to record on the album? I was like, sure, why not? I haven't done that before. And I'd never been to a concert in my life. So my first concert in my life, I was on stage. Yeah, so.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I learned a lot.
Wow.
Quickly.
How old were you?
21.
21 years old.
Yep.
Man.
I mean, it was...
What an introduction.
We were on tour during the when 9/11 happened, and so we did the concert for New York, and we did, Today's Show and all. So I was thrown into it very quickly, and it was an incredible experience. And the fact I can say I've played Red Rocks, it's really cool.
Red Rocks, it looks beautiful. I've never been, and I love the Rockies. I spent some time in Park City, Utah, and then I went over. I really, 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 I went to college here. I had taken a year off, and I really wanted to go to the University of Boulder, Colorado. So I went out when I was in Park City. It was their first summer, and I went out there. And I remember calling my mom. She's like, it's too far, and there's no this and that. And so I was like, fuck. And then my sister goes to the University of South Carolina. And it made no sense, but right? It made no sense.
Keeping you close.
Yes, it was 4 hours away from where I grew up. But wow, what a I mean, just it's right place, right time, and talent.
Well, the talent, the difference between classical music and all of this is so drastically different. The chops are there because of classical, but I had to learn a lot. And I mean, I learned a lot from Pat Peterson, who was the backup singer. I'd watch her and be like, okay, we're doing that now. All right. And I'd learn all the moves, and now I just act a fool.
Were there, and you can see her act a fool, Saturday night, 6 o'clock, South Stage, right here at the Fairport Music Fest.
Very good.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that. See? Huh? Come on, buddy. I can sell it. So were things choreographed for backup singers with Mel and Campanile? Was slightly, I mean, did they try to?
No, I mean, there was a lot of positioning and stuff like that. But
John ever yell at you?
Oh, he yells at everybody. Right?
Does he? Did he? No, I don't know. Do you stay in touch?
Not really. I stay in touch with a lot of the band members.
Yeah, a lot of the band members and stuff. Because, John was, I mean, did you ever watch his daughter on Real Housewives?
No, I didn't even know she was on it. But people told me,
I never watched it either, but I always was like, wow. And I think he showed up on a few episodes.
I would not be surprised.
Or certainly was talked about, I think.
Yeah. I mean, at Hud and Speck, his sons were very tiny, and I'd have to play football on the ground with them when because I was the youngest one.
What were the kids' names?
Hud and Speck.
Head and Speck?
Hud
and Speck.
Yeah.
Speck. What was Speck short for? Anything?
Speck.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
Yes. I really like that because I've never, who's called Speck?
Speck.
It almost sounds insulting in a way.
Right, well, I mean, it's an easy one to yell out, Speck.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's one of those that you can really call that name. Wow, this is fascinating. And how many have you been here before? Obviously, you've mentioned that. But how many years have you played?
I think my first one was in 2019 before the pandemic, and then I did an online one, and then I think this may be my fifth.
Yeah, what happened during the pandemic, Rob? To keep this going.
So
did they do an online?
We did Friday night online. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we did Friday night online, but during the course of the summer, we did these little things we were calling pop-ups.
Yeah.
During the COVID thing, so we'd get a band and a food truck, go into somebody. If you remember, this is when you could only have 100 people in your yard, and all that or shit was going on.
Yeah.
So we did about 40 of those and raised $75,000 that summer.
Yeah, to be able to present a check to the hospital for $75,000 during the middle of a pandemic.
How satisfying is that?
It frankly, it kind of dwarfs the larger checks we've given when we've run the full festival because we've got a really good volunteer base.
Yeah.
And that's the entire organization is all volunteers. But we got, I don't know, dozen and a half people who were kind of regulars because we would have 6 pop-ups in a day. Like on a Saturday, we do 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and then 4 at 5 o'clock. And it was just, people were just trying to get together with people again.
Yeah, sure.
And the pop-up...
We're social animals.
I mean, there was such a craving for that socialization.
Yeah.
The bands loved it because you can practice all you want, but you weren't getting out in front of anybody.
No.
The food trucks loved it because they were essentially shut down during the pandemic. And so we still do a few choice pop-ups during the course of any given year. But now that bands are able to play normally, and now that food trucks are doing graduations and bar mitzvahs and everything else, there's a little more planning into the pop-ups were truly just an organic, hey, we have this neighborhood party and we're wondering if you'd like to come by and sell some Fairport Music Festival merchandise.
Really?
And that happened the first time, and we met at the Village Inn because that's where all of the good thoughts happen. And we talked about...
We're going to have to get down to the Village Inn. I need some ideas.
The first one, it was like, so how much money did we make yesterday? And it was just over $1,000 the first time. It was like, all right, I don't really have anything else to do this summer. How about you?
Yeah.
And it was probably about 40 or 50 of them, and the hospital was blown away.
Sure.
So how did this happen?
Yeah. Oh, that's great because it's beds that they need and it's those things, and they're thousands and thousands of dollars, and that's great. Tickets. How do I get my bracelet to get in?
Right now, tickets are only available online at
Okay.
fairportmusicfestival.com. for $25, and you pick up the wristbands at will call.
Okay. Right over
It'll be at the entrance of the festival, which is Lift Bridge in Maine.
Lift Bridge in Maine.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is just on the other side of the lift bridge.
Yes.
It goes up and down, which is always fun with
Yeah.
the traffic.
And then there's a train.
And then there's a train. I mean, I watched one day because, there's several ways to get in here, right? That'll avoid all that stuff. And I go, man, I watch some people, they get stuck at the bridge because the boat's going under, and then they get over the bridge and now a train's coming. And I go, well.
Then they take the U-turn and drive all the way around.
Yeah, and they get all pissed off and everybody's huffing. It's like, give yourself a little extra time.
Yep.
It's a little bit of charm in Fairport. That's what it is, a little bit of charm. Janet, it's been a real pleasure talking to you. You are very interesting. What is another song? You do Me and Bombi McGee?
Yeah.
Can I play that?
Sure.
I absolutely love that song,
It's
and I
one of
love
my- it's
covers
one
of
of my
that. There's a thing like I remember an old radio host who's in town, Brother Weeze, would always say a good, like cover songs, right? You had to do a cover. And I never understood why. And then I started hearing covers that were done in the vein of the artist, not so much as a tribute, right? It's not karaoke. Mm-hmm. And I loved it. And my dad loved Janis Joplin. And so there were it would be blasting throughout his, I think he had a midlife crisis and bought a Fiero at one point. Remember the Fiero? Huh?
This high off the ground.
That high off the ground. And I think that they had fires in the engine. It was just like a real piece of shit sports car. But he would blast Janis Joplin, and I was always a fan. Is this on the live album?
It is.
It is, yeah. How fun is it to see the audience singing along too?
It's kind of a drug. It's definitely a drug.
Yeah.
Like, if I could bottle it,
Yeah,
I would
it's-
give it away. I'd definitely give it away.
Waiting for a train,
I like this.
and I was feeling new, as faded as my jeans.
Now you spliced a couple different performances together. I don't know about, but at least video-wise,
Yep.
because you've just changed your outfit 3 times in the video I'm watching.
Well,
That's
it's
amazing.
That kind of show.
How did you do that?
I'm a magician.
Out of my dirty reputation, and I was playing song while Bobby sang the blues. Yeah.
Now, do you have a full band here with you?
I actually have musicians from here that
Really?
are so generous and amazing, and they learn my music, and they're incredible.
Now, no pressure, but will you do covers?
Oh yeah,
You will.
this will be one of them.
It will?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll be there Saturday night. Coming.
Feeling good, what's good enough for me? Good enough for me and my Bobby.
Wow, that's great. That is fantastic.
It's fun.
Fairport Music Fest, it all kicks off Friday night, right? Or actually Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday over at Iron Smoke with a nice jam session. And then Jumbo Shrimp.
Jumbo Shrimp, Magnolia Boulevard, and the FMF Jam is on Friday.
Okay.
And then Saturday,
The whole thing.
the full Monty.
The full Monty goes. How many bands?
Over 60.
60 bands.
Yeah.
Did you start planning for next year already? 'Cause I got a few ideas.
If there is a
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, right. All right. Thank you, guys. It was a real pleasure, and I can't wait to see you perform.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Well, it's all that Bobby left me. Oh, feeling good was easy, Lord, when he sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Mhm. Good enough for me and my Bobby. Na-na-na, na-na-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na, yeah. Na-na-na-na-na, Bobby McGee. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Rohrbach Brewing Company is Rochester's original craft brewery since 1993, and they got some really cool things going on at the Beer Hall at 97 Railroad Street. Shuffleboard is back. Session 1 starts Friday, September 6th, and it runs through Wednesday, October 25th. $40 for a team of 2, and your registration includes $1 off pints and league nights, 10% off to-go beer on league nights, and a Rohrbach t-shirt. So if you're thinking of being part of this, step on it, because registration closes on Sunday, September 3rd for Shuffleboard. How about brunch at the Beer Hall? Saturdays 10 to 2. Perfect after you burn off a few calories walking around the public market Saturday morning. Come by and refuel with breakfast pizza, shrimp and grits, Bloody Marys, and a beer hall favorite, beer mimosas. Then there's the ever-delicious Wood-Fired Wednesdays, every Wednesday from 4 till close, $20 for pizza and a pint. Pair the pizza with a pint of Rohrbach's flagship Scotch Ale or a crisp, refreshing lager, maybe a hop-forward IPA or a smooth, velvety stout. Rohrbach's skilled artisans pour their heart and soul into every batch, and you can even schedule a tour at rohrbachs.com/brewery-tours. Rohrbach Brewing Company's Beer Hall, 97 Railroad Street in Rochester.
Comedy at the Carlson. Ticket and show times at carlsoncomedy.com.
Cobblestone on Main. I love it there. 109 West Main Street in the Village of Webster. Dan Bresnahan and his family have taken this 1800s cobblestone church and renovated into a fantastic establishment. You've got a high-end bar that you can sit at comfortably, or you can have some intimate dining as well. Nice table service. I've gone on a couple of mandates there. Went with Kevin from the show one night. Went with my son another night. I've actually been there to hang at the bar. It's a great place. Cobblestone on Main. And what I really, really love is the fact that they're a local restaurant that is supporting local businesses because it's all locally sourced menu items with creative appetizers, salads, handhelds, a full selection of delicious entrees, all in that inviting farm-style atmosphere. Check them out online at cobblestoneonmain.com and in person at 109 West Main Street in the Village of Webster.
Leo's Bakery and Deli.
And Cafe.
So sweet, so sweet.
East Rochester.
Toronto Dental, because you're coming out of that summer slumber and you need to take care of your oral health. It's very, very important. I love Toronto Dental. I'm a patient over there. It is the best dental care I have ever received from Dr. Eduardo Toronto and his team. They use state-of-the-art technology. They perform services that are safe and effective for everyone. You're going to feel comfortable going in there. They're going to educate you on everything that they're doing. The options are completely up to you, and they're going to work with your health savings account and your insurance company to reduce your out-of-pocket expenses. Give them a call at 442-1900 or find them online at torontodental.com.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Now, Danny, your band, I was going to say your new band, but your band plays a lot of 90s music. Any chance you'd ever play this?
I would love to play this. You kidding me? I would act the whole thing out. Hey, you, me, you want that's me? No, him, me, no. All right. I would definitely do this. But I'm dealing with like four guys in their like late 50s, 60s, so I doubt it's going to happen.
What is the name of the band now?
The name of the band.
The name of the band was Don't Know Yet.
Yeah,
and then they shit on that idea. So
the name of the band is now called The Vanity Project.
The Vanity Project.
I like that.
You know why? Because all bands are vanity projects, Billy.
Who came up with the name?
I did.
All right.
And they liked it.
All right.
It's kind of like a wink to like, come on, don't take yourself too seriously.
Okay.
You're just a cover band. Don't take yourself too seriously. When you start recording your own stuff and putting it out and people buying it, then I'll take you seriously.
All right.
What's your number one hit?
Our number one hit. Well, we have a lot of hits, really.
But like, people are allowed to like request?
Well,
like
there's certain songs that like we have a $100 rule on Freebird. Then I went to Nashville and found out that they have a $100 rule on Freebird too. But they're playing for tips in Nashville. Like you get in the bar, you just get to play. That's it. If you don't make any money, you're screwed. But nobody gets paid except for by tips. But with us, we do a version of "L.A. Woman" by The Doors that nobody does. We do a version of "Whipping Post" by the Allman Brothers that nobody else does. And we do a version of "Rockin' the Free World" where we used to blend in "Urgent" by Foreigner and Lou Gramm that nobody else does. So we have certain songs that we do that nobody else does them the way we do.
Nobody else does.
By the way, other bands do the same thing.
We cover songs in ways nobody else does.
Wasn't that 50/50s? Moniker, playing the covers like no other.
I don't know. I don't remember. Yes, probably.
Do you have any originals?
No.
Yeah.
I should.
He does have an original.
I don't.
Is it hard to do an original?
Yes. In Rochester, yeah, because people
want to
people
are like,
play Chili Peppers.
Try writing a song.
I have no sensibility to write it. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I'm thinking a musician, it might be a little bit easier for them.
It might, maybe.
There have only been a handful of musicians and bands who have gotten out of Rochester with their own stuff. Joywave is like is a big
latest,
one.
yeah.
Danielle Ponder.
Yeah.
LVO, but with Daughtry.
Yeah. Well, he wrote songs for other people though too.
He did,
But he was in a band way before
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That was
Uncle
He was
very-
in Uncle Plum.
Uncle Plum. They were very
and they had their
popular.
own original stuff, but they also mostly played covers.
Yep.
And then who else? There was a band called Hard Rain for a while. I don't know what happened with them. And of course, Black Sheep,
Yeah.
which led to Lou Grant
They're
being
with
informed.
Farner, right? Wegmans is pissing some people off.
Yeah, I hear there's some changes coming to Wegmans.
So Wegmans put out signs in certain places that says our Wegmans brand sodas contain aspartame and high fructose corn syrup, artificial ingredients which do not meet our food you feel good about requirements. For this reason, we've made the difficult decision to stop offering Wegmans brand soda. We're committed to helping our customers live healthier, better lives through exceptional food, and we want you to feel confident in our Wegmans brand products. Some people think this is big brotherish, controlling what you eat or drink or put in your body. And I'm not sure about that exactly.
No,
I don't
that's
know
a
why
horrible
they're
example.
not doing that, but I don't think he's limiting your choice. Because they're certainly, I think they're just exercising control over their brand of stuff.
Yeah, this isn't like Bloomberg in New York saying that sodas can only be like a certain size.
right.
But
That's
it
kind of controlling.
also could be because there's recent studies that are suggesting
Just came out in July.
causes
Aspartame-
cancer and all kinds of other health problems. So maybe Wegmans soda does not want to be attached to any kind of lawsuit. You know what I mean? Down
Right.
the line where people are like, I only drank
Well,
exclusively
that's-
Diet W Cola.
That's why they
my
put all the
entire life.
that's why they put all the ingredients on the label. You're supposed to read it, so that's what releases them from liability. But the thing is, like aspartame, the FDA took them 8 tries to approve aspartame back in the 70s and 80s. It took they shut it down 8 different times, and finally the right people came along with the right amount of money and got them to go along with it. It leads to autism and it leads to pancreatic cancer, among other stuff.
Now, here's the thing that I don't like. That soda was 88 cents for a 2-liter bottle.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, it was 88 cents or 99
I've never
cents.
had it. I don't drink soda. I've never had it.
Or could it be because like aspartame is like a problem now? It could be more expensive.
No, well, I don't
to
think
make?
I don't know that it's more expensive to make. I do think that it has to do with aspartame because it does make you kind of pause and consider what you're putting in your body, right? So for people who don't know, aspartame is an artificial non-saccharide sweetener, 200 times sweeter than sucrose, and is commonly used as a sugar substitute in foods and beverages. It was approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration in 1974, and then again in 1981 after approval was revoked in 1980. So we had it from 74 to 80. It was revoked in 80 and then back in 81. So it wasn't gone that long. Like somebody was making some money off this. Aspartame is one of the most studied food additives in the human food supply. Reviews by over 100 governmental regulatory bodies found the ingredients safe for consumption at the normal acceptable daily intake. I don't know what that is.
Based on
what
a
is
2,000 based on a 2,000 calorie diet, if you're drinking it maybe with one meal, like dinner or lunch,
okay,
I think that's probably where they try to assume.
Okay, but most people don't.
It.
Most people don't do that.
No, most people want the super gulp at the local country fair.
So I went to
in the big jug.
According to NPR, just last month, and this is probably why Wegmans now coming out and doing this. The announcement this week by the World Health Organization, this was in July, that the artificial sweetener aspartame used in such low-calorie products as Diet Coke, Trident gum, and sugar-free Jell-O is possibly carcinogenic to humans, has many wondering if the food additive is safe to consume. Now, according to Dr. Francesco Branca, director of the Department of Nutrition and Food Safety for the World Health Organization, said that concern was only for high consumers of diet soda. Now, I knew somebody who drank diet soda every day, probably, if it was 12, I wouldn't be surprised. If they drank 12 a day, or at least a 6-pack. I'll say at least a 6-pack a day.
Did they have a lot of joint pain?
No, they were a pain in everybody else's joint. But I can think of one person that I know like that, and it would be interesting to see what happens. You're our lab rat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know a lot of people that drink, like, especially on set, like Diet Coke is like a commodity. You have got to have Diet Coke around. And I know people, I personally can't do anything diet or anything. I can taste the aspartame.
Oh, yeah.
That is the first thing I can, and only thing I can taste. And I can't taste anything else. So I can't do anything with fake sugar. If it has fake sugar in it, any kind of fake sugar, I can tell.
Really?
Instantly. Because I'm like, this doesn't taste like... It just tastes like chemicals.
Doesn't taste natural. Yeah,
it's bizarre, but yeah, I know.
It's funny.
I do drink the diet cherry Pepsi sometimes, just as a little pick me up. But I don't drink a lot of soda. I hadn't drank soda probably for years, and then I just started doing the diet stuff again.
Yeah, I know people who love Diet Coke. I can't go near it.
Yeah, I can't drink any. I don't drink soda anymore at all. But when I did, I couldn't drink the diet stuff. It was disgusting.
I like
but it made it sound like there was fewer calories and everything else.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because you couldn't measure aspartame like you could sugar. Right, that was the trick. But the trade-off is you're putting something in your body that your pancreas doesn't know what to do with. Over and over.
According to the International Agency for Research on Cancer, it raised a red flag for research to be done, but they were talking about it only being high consumers. But I think probably anywhere in the world that consumes the most Diet Coke is right here in the good old US of A, baby.
Oh, yeah. They say if you go to Europe and just eat the same stuff you're eating here, you'll lose like 20 pounds over 6 months. Because they have rules over there where you can't put certain crap in the food.
Well, Italy just passed a law where you cannot have any lab-grown food at all in the country of Italy. No lab-grown food because they want to celebrate their heritage of farmers and growing food from the land and stuff. They don't want any of that.
You taught the world how to eat, Billy.
That's right.
So you don't have that. My sister was like, I went over there and ate my weight in pasta every day and came home weighing less.
No shit.
Yeah, because it's all natural.
There's no preservatives. There's no bullshit in it.
Well, all right. So
Grandma can't afford preservatives.
What have you stopped eating? Is there anything you don't eat anymore because you found out like it's just not that good for you, or you don't feel as good when you eat it?
I don't drink anything that isn't water, pretty much, or tea or coffee.
Well, you're just a pussy.
I'll have a cocktail once in a while, but I don't drink any of that sugar stuff. I don't drink milk anymore.
Yeah,
I know the hormones in milk. I don't drink almond milk because I found out that could lead to migraines. I'm serious.
There's a lot of additives in that stuff. I did a whole video about all the plant-based milks. And
really?
Basically,
what about the plant-based meats?
So it's basically
bad?
like
it's all glue.
It's not necessarily bad.
No, seriously, it's called meat. It's all meat glued. Look it up.
Not like it's not natural. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not a better necessarily alternative.
It's crap Bill Gates is trying to push on us. I'm not joking.
But
they want to create meat in a lab, and it's going to be disgusting.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't eat Ritz crackers anymore.
I did that a diet that was, I think, designed for people on who had diabetes, right?
Diabetes.
And so I ate the 500,
Quaker Oats.
500 calories a day.
All in Quaker Oats.
For, maybe it was 700. 700 calories a day for 30 days. And I lost...
40 pounds, you said?
I was more like 30 pounds in 40 days. That's what it was. I lost 30 and 40. So it was over 40 days. And I got to tell you, like...
That's what Jesus went through in the desert when the devil was trying to tempt him.
That's exactly.
He lost 30 pounds in 40 days, right?
That's right. Yeah.
He rebuked the devil.
And he thanked Dr. Matt. No, but this was... So you wound up, like, you were eating... You could eat eggs, avocado, grass-fed meat.
Which is expensive.
Yeah. Salmon. Those were the things I ate. So then over time, I didn't feel like I was eating a lot, and it took a couple years, but I put all the weight back on. And I was like, wow, but you felt so amazing. I slept better. They have it's not Himalayan salt, it's some kind of pink salt that I should probably go back and get. It was the most flavorful stuff.
I thought that is Himalayan salt.
No, it's not. It is, but this stuff was like a Hawaiian blend.
It wasn't the stuff that was making people like turn into zombies, right?
No, this was. It tasted so good, and I put it on like blueberries and almonds. It tasted like ice cream to me.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then I ate peanut butter one day dipped it in strawberries, and I felt like I was hungover the next day because of all the sugar and shit in there. And I go, God damn, we poison ourselves in this country, and we don't know it.
Sugar.
We think we're eating
Sugar's
healthy,
the enemy.
and we're not eating healthy. And then we do all this stuff, and now I've gotten to the point where I go, I don't know. You can be low carb and all that. You probably should balance your carbs. I primarily just eat wraps now. I eat like a breakfast wrap that I make at home. I ate a wrap when you came in here with hummus and turkey but I don't. I even that you wouldn't eat that on this diet because of the carbs and shit and the sugar that the carbs are, and we get fooled. But if you kind of regulate everything and move your body, I think we'd be way better. But goddamn, are we fat in this country? Look around.
Oh God!
I mean, look.
Yeah. Well, Alex, and our generation is going to be the first one to not outlive its parents.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
But you didn't hear that?
That's like a statistical. Yeah, I believe that's true. Like our generation.
We're become the first generation that will not outlive its parents because we eat so much garbage.
But I don't know if
they were giving us basically dessert for breakfast every morning, like Captain Crunch.
Oh, I see. Now I wasn't allowed to have any of that shit as a kid. I had puffed rice or eggs. That was just my mother went and got puffed rice.
Can't get enough of that puffed rice.
Oh, God, it was awful.
I could see your mom not being into that sugary.
No, there was no sugary stuff. She would get one thing of cookies, and it had like 4 sleeves in this one pack. We'd eat that within an hour of it coming home, and that was it for 2 weeks. I'm not getting anywhere for doing. So you ate apples, you ate that was it. Milk came straight from the farm, pre-pasteurized, and used to scrape the cream right off the top.
Were you a Hydrox family?
Those were the
grandmother. My grandmother was a Hydrox person. My dad's mom, and my mom's mom was Oreos. Oreos. She had everything: chocolate chip, the soft batch, the hard baked, every kind of chocolate. Like I used to have a contest when I would go see my mom's parents. That she would greet everybody at the door and she'd be pinching your cheeks and doing the whole grandma thing. I would sneak in. I knew exactly where the cookie jar was. It was right behind the side door. So everybody's waiting to get in. I'd hang in the back and I'd see how many cookies I could shove in my face before grandma kissed me as a kid. But we didn't have that in my house. My other grandmother, Hydrox, and then she used to send in the labels and get Hydrox socks.
Oh, yeah.
They sent you Hydrox socks. My mother went into labor wearing Hydrox socks with my sister. I'm pretty sure.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure that's
I just learned that the Hydrox cookie came first. A lot of people think like the Oreo came first and then Hydrox was like the knockoff, but actually the Hydrox cookie came first and then the Oreo just came along and did it better.
Hydrox were disgusting. So were Omega cookies.
And no one knows the origin of why they don't know why it's called an Oreo. Like there's no reason, no rhyme or reason for it.
I don't know why.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why we had Hydrox. Maybe because it was the original?
It could be just because like maybe that was like, I understand you grew up like in a smaller town.
Well, no, but they were New York and Brooklyn and Jersey. And so.
Yeah, I maybe just like was not available in their like. There's things that are not available in my grocery stores. Living on the Upper West Side of Manhattan that you guys can get at Wegmans. I can't get.
We used to have a saying in school: Hydrox tastes like Clorox. I mean, it had that chemical taste to it. It was disgusting.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
So bad. And I love
Hydrox,
Oreos.
and I don't think I've ever had it.
But is it?
I haven't had any in a while. I stopped eating them.
Here's what I take away from the World Health Organization and aspartame. Just as long as you don't overdo anything, you're going to be fine. Your body is resilient. It's going to be able to do stuff. Just try to keep shit in moderation. Keep everything in moderation. I didn't do a lot of moderation on things, especially alcohol.
I don't. During the Labatt Blue period, I remember.
That, and then, I mean, even during COVID, man. COVID was bad for me at times.
Seriously? I don't think anybody did anything in moderation during COVID.
Well,
it was hard.
I tried to work out and stuff, and I kept public in moderation. I went down, but who's one of my best buddies?
Damien.
And what does he own?
A bar.
And what did we do?
Drank.
We went in there and so they'd be working on the floors, and I would get so drunk that I wound up having to spend the nights in some places. Did the cops show up with the billy club? Hey, Damien,
are you open or closed?
No.
Hey, I come in and clean up a little, you know?
No, everybody was. No, it was like tight, right? It was just like people there, but you were working, cleaning. You were doing stuff, but we were drinking, and most of it was because it was going to go bad.
Right.
Well,
gotta get rid of it.
Some of the beer and stuff was going to go bad, but I mean, there were times where I was like, I couldn't. I mean, it was bad, and I remember going, "What am I doing? What am I doing?" To myself?
Then the next day,
yeah, and I mean, I did it here in the beginning of the podcast and stuff. Right. Where I would get. I mean, there were times where I was like so hungover, and I go, and that's the shit that I'm going. It's okay. Just try to keep your shit in moderation. You know, when you see these old people, I always love that guy. He drank every day and smoked. Yeah, but he probably wasn't eating processed cheese,
right?
And whatever bullshit whatever chemicals are put into the dough of whatever pizza you're shoving in your face, and Pop-Tarts and your Hydrox.
And he probably had a physical job where he was like working his muscles all day long.
It could be, yeah.
He may have had to walk.
The walking stuff is
to and from work.
That's the thing. It's like
uphill both ways.
Well, you know why? Like Europeans
build your quads
are probably in shape. And they say the Mediterranean diet is supposedly the best, but the walking. Yeah. Right, there's a lot of walking. You must do a lot of walking in Manhattan.
Tons of walking.
Yeah, there you go.
All walking, basically. You know.
Right. So that keeps you a little bit thinner, a little healthier, keeps your blood going.
And say sitting's the new smoking, Billy.
That's how you believe it.
That's why they have like.
That's why I see people sitting out.
Stuff like.
That's why I see people sitting outside for their break. Hey, just taking a break.
Well, man, I love when I see people go get all shit all over Wegmans. I haven't been there in forever. The comments. I don't even go anymore. I haven't been to Wegmans. Yeah. I'm going. I just went the other day and I couldn't find a fucking parking spot. So thanks for nothing.
Well, that's what Yogi Berra once said about Mickey Mantle's restaurant. Hey, Yogi. You go to Mantle's restaurant? Oh, no, nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded.
Yeah, see, right. It's the same thing. I love people are just going to shit on stuff all the time. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just, I swear to God, it's just like become the national pastime. It's
people will complain. They'll make a Instagram reel complaining about Wegmans in the Wegmans produce section. Like,
do they really?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
That's
it's like if somebody's eating something and they're like, "Oh, don't go to this restaurant. This thing is terrible." Like,
yeah, I don't understand all the complaints all the time, but that's what it is. So no more Wegman soda.
All right,
that's it. Save you on the aspartame.
Yeah,
Are they still going to do their sparkling water though? Because their sparkling water is awesome.
Probably because it doesn't have the aspartame in it.
0 calories.
Yeah,
Sparkling
water
natural flavors.
Yeah,
there you go. Their sparkling water is awesome, really.
It is awesome. I drink about like 70 cases of it because we have Wegmans in Brooklyn and they'll deliver. So I drink so much.
How much does it cost to get Wegmans in? So who does the delivery? Is it a third party?
Instacart. Do you guys do
Instacart. Yeah.
So Instacart will deliver. And they're actually opening a Wegmans in Manhattan in end of October. I'm so excited because it's much closer to me.
So how much does it cost to get shit from Brooklyn? How long does it take?
It depends. You can schedule the time. The reason that I don't use it is because every time I go and put stuff in my cart, the stuff I know they have on the shelf, the Instacart person always messages me and is like, they don't have this, they have this. And I happen to know if I went there myself, I would find the stuff. So either you don't want to look or whatever. But it's actually not that expensive. It's like the delivery fee is like $8.
Oh, that's
It's
nothing.
completely worth it.
Yeah, we don't have any vitamin D, but we have some maca powder. Would you like the maca powder?
I live on the 5th floor of a walk-up, and they'll bring it all the way up the stairs. It's so lovely.
Damn, those people are going to live a long time.
They get tipped well, though.
Because I did the delivery I paid, and I never use it now.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't use it.
I know. I paid for the Walmart free delivery for the year, like up front, and I haven't been using Walmart.
How many of those services, though, do you do that with? Where you're like, oh, I'm just going to pay for the whole subscription, and then you never
I did that with Noom, and I finally canceled it because it wasn't working for me.
What is
now? You're going to laugh at me, but I actually have a medical reason why it didn't work.
Aspartame.
No, the medication I was on was not conducive to Noom. Anybody else could probably use it, but I couldn't because of the medication I was on.
What makes
that and the fact that you shoved about 6 donuts in your face about 5
No,
minutes ago.
that was different, Billy. My caloric budget today was very low.
Let me just say this in terms of your caloric budget.
And it was 3 donuts.
If you actually, and
I'm not even donuts, holes.
I'm not.
Were they holes or munchkins?
I don't know what they are.
Okay.
I like holes.
Okay.
If you actually wrote down everything you ate, would you surprise yourself?
No.
At the amount you eat?
No, I can tell you.
Every single thing.
I could tell you what I ate today now.
No, but sometimes there's mindless eating.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't mindlessly eat. No, okay. I don't eat until like noon every day. And my last meal is usually about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's working.
You know what surprises me?
I've lost 12 pounds.
There you go.
That's great.
Yeah.
What surprises me is the calories. Whenever I do, like every once in a while, especially after COVID, when everybody was like 30 pounds overweight, me especially, I started doing MyFitnessPal, which is basically like a food diary, and it tracks your calories, and it's pretty comprehensive. Like a lot of food is listed in there, so you could pretty much eat anywhere and eat anything. I would be often surprised at like how many calories. I feel like I wouldn't eat that much, but the calories would be out of control. I'd be like, well, there it is. You know what I mean? So you kind of learn, like, you got to eat healthier.
Do you ever
can
see
eat a
pictures
lot.
of yourself? Like
Oh.
like when I was, we were all doing the break room, all three of us. I would go home at night. And I thought I was doing myself a favor. I would only have 3 Guinness a night. That was it. It's like an extra 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
Practically, somewhere I think you're going 250, so call it. But by the time you got a few munchies in there.
Daddy, what's that? Oh, it's a Shamrock Shake. Shut up. Go to bed.
An extra 3, but like I did it thinking it was nothing. Yeah. And I remember seeing my face back then. I'm like, oh my God, dude, whoa.
We tried to actually, remember like when John H. at the Downtown Fitness Center, I don't even know if they still exist. He tried to get us all the media in a competition to try to lose weight. So the break room was one of those teams, right?
We were?
Yeah, we go into the final leg of the competition. And we had a chance to win. You gained like 6 pounds and we lost.
Damn it.
Bro, and Tommy, you guys, because Tommy wasn't part of it. I'm going to watch you fat guys lose, but I guarantee you're going to lose, right? So we go in and we lose to you lost to our news? Seriously?
Our news.
The weather lady, half of her's on Channel 8. That was Tommy's old joke.
Yeah, his joke was, she's so big
She's
that
so
part
big,
of her
part of Channel 8.
is on Channel 10. I thought. Whatever. They were right in between. Yeah, her left leg's on 8. Her fat right cheek's on 10. It's terrible. All right, we'll take a moment. When we come back, somebody who did something that I wonder if just some people think this is heroic and bold. I think it's kind of a very weak move. We'll get to that, and we'll check in with Kevin, who was dropping off his kid at college. We'll do all that next.
Under over the tiers?
I don't know. Under over on the tiers. I'm going to say, I don't know if they've left yet or not.
Oh, okay. That's right.
So that's where the tiers start. Now, I did see my college roommate and his wife dropping their youngest off at the University of Tampa. And I could see the tears coming down Mom's cheeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Dad stayed out of the picture, so I don't know.
Oh, all
Dad
right.
took the pictures, so I'm not sure.
Because Kevin's all like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm like, I don't believe you, bro.
Except that in my very limited interaction with Kevin, I could tell you that he's very proud of his kids and he loves his kids, and I could potentially see him like.
So what are you going to say, cry or no cry?
I'm going to say cry.
Cry?
He won't admit it, but I believe he cries.
Yeah, I think he gets a little dust.
He gets the vapors.
Yeah, the vapors.
I
got the vapors.
All right, we'll find out next.
I had to go to Foxborough.
But first, RV shoppers, you've been kicking around in your brain all RV season. It's now time to take advantage of the endless summer savings at Myers RV Superstores. You're going to find great family camping options starting at under $5 a day. And you can shop top RV brands like Grand Design, Winnebago, Keystone, Forest River, and Jayco. See the new Coachman Viking Saga 20-foot bunkhouse travel trailer for just $4.75 today. Check out the new Keystone Arcadia Select bunkhouse style fifth wheel for just $345 a month. There's still some chances to get away, maybe get away for a weekend, even when things get back to normal in a couple weeks. Myers RV has 3 convenient Rochester locations for you to check all this out. You can go to Webster. That's their newest location. Caledonia, it's exit 10 off 390. That's their original location. And then on Route 96 in Farmington, just east of the Village of Victor. And open 24/7 online at myersrvs.com.
Manscaped.com. Get 20% off your purchase with code BILL20 at manscaped.com.
BTB Wood-Fired Pizza and Grill. They're in the mall at Grease Ridge, and they've got it all. Last night, I was shocked at how much I loved, and I knew it was going to be great, the BTB Caesar Pizza. Romaine, Caesar dressing, fresh shaved Parmesan, and thinly sliced prosciutto on a garlic pizza with mozzarella. So good. And you actually get some health in there, right? You get the romaine lettuce. And you got to try the Billa Fried this month. I mean, come on. It's 2 thick slices of bologna fried with melted cheddar, garlic aioli, spicy mustard, banana peppers served with chips. It is amazing. And in the shareable department this month, you need to try the pickle wings. 10 wings brined in pickle juice, smoked and tossed in dill seasoning. You're going to find it all at BTB's Wood-Fired Pizza and Grill, where they have great brunch on Sundays beginning at 10 o'clock with 2-for-1 mimosas and Bloody Marys during that time. 50 TVs to see all the action this football season. BTB Wood-Fired Pizza and Grill in the mall at Grease Ridge. Then he comes out with his shirt out open, putting his arms out.
Oh, I do. And the little necklace.
Are you also on massive amounts of LSD?
No, I do it drug free.
No, I only just drinks water. Noom doesn't even work for me. Maybe Hydrox. Danny's high on aspartame.
Danny's high on life.
Keto works.
Yeah?
The funniest thing about this song is that nobody really, there's a dispute on what the lyrics are.
Really?
Jim really never, is it, I just got into town about an hour ago, or is it, did a little down about an hour ago? Now, Kano saw, you and you did this too. When I played at East End Fest with Degler's Bridge, we did this song, and Kano goes, I didn't realize the words were just got into town. I thought it was did a little down. I go, I've heard it two different ways. So I just did that version. But there's a dispute on what the lyrics are, because Morrison would play with the lyrics to make it sound, was it this or was it that? And you'd have to guess.
He mumbled half the time.
No, he was always high.
Yeah.
You know, he was dead and buried before his parents found out he was dead.
What?
He was an enigma, bro. Probably all that aspartame.
That's what it was. Right to his head. All that aspartame went right to his head.
I feel like people that go visit his grave and stuff, I don't know. I think that's weird. Does anybody else think that's weird?
Oh, yeah, I'm not
Like,
is it any weirder than going to Graceland and see Elvis's grave?
I don't. That's what I feel like. Some of that stuff is really strange. Like I was down by the World Trade Center the other day, and I was walking around, and I was seeing like all these people taking pictures and stuff with their family. And me personally, I think like that stuff is strange. Like I know a family that just went and visited Normandy and stuff, and they're on the beaches.
Yeah, we do too.
I find that stuff. I don't know.
Well, Normandy's historic,
right?
And that was
without Normandy, we're not America.
Yeah, so that one I can almost see. But going to the grave of, well, I think I stopped because where was I? I wound up. Maybe was I down for a funeral?
Was it Brian Jones's grave?
No, it was Steinbrenner.
Oh yeah, you showed me pictures of his crypt.
Yeah, it was Steinbrenner's crypt.
Yeah,
and that's such not a me thing, but I forget why I was there.
Mm-hmm. It's in Tampa, right?
Yeah, it's in Tampa. But why would I have been in a cemetery in Tampa? Must have been somebody had passed, and then we were down there, and I went to. That had to be why.
George, make sure I get a closed casket.
I think it's one thing if you like stumble upon it, but if you're like out there seeking it out, I don't know. I think that's weird.
And not to mention, like, so.
Well, people come for Susan B. Anthony's grave here. And they put the stickers on there.
And by the way, who's going to clean those off?
I think it's strange. I think they're better off going to her house. You know what I mean? She has a whole house. You can go to the museum and like pay homage. Like going to her grave. Like I don't know. That's just weird to me. It's weird going to like a place where like going to the 9/11 memorial. Like a bunch of people died there.
Yeah, the 9/11 memorial.
It's just as weird. It's so, and you're out there taking selfies or like making TikToks and stuff. I don't know. To me, it just feels
that's a little strange. That's strange. Yeah,
it feels really weird. I don't know.
Jim Morrison's grave is actually pretty graffitied up too. Like people leaving messages on it and stuff.
Messages and joints and all kinds of cigarettes and all kinds of weird stuff.
Freddie Mercury's house in London, also a lot of graffiti on the wall.
Well, the house I get.
Yeah, when people go to like Michael Jackson's house in Gary, Indiana and stuff like that stuff, I understand. Like that's where it all started and whatever. But
you get a tour of all the places Joe beat him.
But I don't
Barbershop.
know. Like, I don't know. Going to visit like I don't know. Place where like a place where a literal tragedy happened. That just is weird to me.
It is pretty strange.
Yeah, like I'm walking down the Vegas Strip. Like I wonder where Tupac got shot. That thought went through my head.
Yeah, like, they don't have it marked.
They don't. It's not like Dealey Plaza, the Kennedy assassination.
Right, that would be another one.
That's another one that's like I want to go see where this president got in the middle of Dallas.
There's an old Bill Hicks bit where they have the entire third floor or the floor of the book depository behind glass. He goes, because any normal person who would walk over there and see how it's set up to the window would say, there's no fucking way.
I don't know. Kevin is dropping his son off at college, and
well, I just got out my cop and ring around. Let me go.
He wanted to.
Is this the son that brought home the dog?
Yes.
Hello.
Did you leave the dog with your kid in college?
No.
It was his dog.
He took a fish.
He took a fish, but I thought the dog was his, correct?
The dog is his.
Yes. So, but he won't miss the dog? Where are you now? It sounds like you're in a dorm.
No, we were in a bar.
Oh, okay.
Go well.
We're celebrating a kid getting out of my house.
So move-in went well at Quinnipiac?
Oh, move-in was a clusterfuck. Let's just say that.
Why?
Well, we left at 4 in the morning just because we wanted to get here. Got here about 10:15. Got up. The check-in was about a mile and a half down the road, a mile up the mountain, at the arena where they have the national championship hockey team play. You check in there, and then they put you in the staging area. We sat in the staging area for about 4.5 hours.
Wow.
Somebody's dad or mom decided that it would be fun to put their truck into the side of one of the dorms.
Into the side of one of the dorms by accident?
I assume it was an accident.
Yeah. But how bad damaged the building?
The building didn't look damaged, but the truck, whole front end was totaled.
Oh.
Like, they hit it hard.
That is the most expensive college drop-off ever, right? You're
Dude, I
paying
mean,
the
like,
tuition.
you get charged for that as, like, dorm damage?
I don't know.
Out of the semester dorm damage bill?
Like a good neighbor.
Yeah.
State
Remember
Farm
they
is
used to
there.
do that. I think at Fisher, somebody had squished banana into the rug, and maintenance thought it was shit. So they charged all of us they had like a hazmat team come in and clean the carpets. And we're all like, it was fucking banana. You could see the circle seeds in it. Yeah. But,
Well, my kid decided he wanted to go. We went out shopping today. We went and bought him just some stuff that like food and stuff that we weren't going to bring with us. And so he decided that we had to go to Kohl's because he had the shit. He hasn't shit in the dorm yet.
Does he share a bathroom?
There is a shared bathroom. It's a very large shared bathroom.
and he wouldn't shit there?
He hasn't shit yet. So I said to his brother, it's gonna hurt if you're holding it till Thanksgiving, bro.
So is he going to... So does he have a fear of pooping in public?
I don't know. I did inform him of the rules of bombs away, so hopefully he can take that back.
Bombs away was where I used to climb to the top of the stalls, and I used to get on top of the stall and take a shit and see if we could get it in the toilet.
What happens if it misses?
Then you missed, and you had to clean it up.
Closest to the pisser.
But you had to clean it up. You had to
Okay.
try to clean it up, but usually not. There would usually be remnants on something. But yeah, we used to do that. I did that, and there was a big locker room thing, more or less.
Yeah.
Well, then at one time, they got mad in our school because I guess people were smoking in the stalls. So
they took the
doors
Same
off.
thing in my school.
And then people didn't want to go to the bathroom in there at all. So I used to just go, well, it doesn't matter. And I climbed to the top.
That was the same thinking. We had a kid, Aaron Thurston, did the same
I
thing.
climbed to the top and I shit from up there.
And there was a tour going through with these sport exchange students coming through,
Yeah.
and they're bringing them in for a cross-country match. And they're
Just the dumbest. I did the dumbest things. But so did he always? I mean, he's been around hockey teams and stuff. What's the right?
He'll shower with the boys in the locker room at Lakeshore, which is the dirtiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Well, he'll get used to it. I
He's
mean,
gonna have to get over it.
yes, and I'm sure there is a little bit of anxiety, right? There's some anxiety in that. I can understand.
I'm like, it's college. You get a pooping buddy. You go. You have a conversation.
Is he nervous? Like, is he nervous to be there? Is like this his first time like being away from home in this way?
Yeah, it's just. I don't think he's nervous. We'll find out tomorrow when the safety net leaves, because the safety net is still here
Yeah.
till the morning.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
And
Mama's surprisingly been good. She hasn't cried yet.
Okay, I was just gonna say no cheers. Now we're all betting that you at least get the vapors tomorrow.
I did not get vapors yet.
I'm not saying yet.
I got a little tingle in my heart. My heart grew a little bit. I'm like the Grinch when he hugged it out with his brothers at 4:00 in the morning yesterday.
Oh,
nice.
they stayed home and with the relative. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
With grandma?
And the dog.
Did she tell them how much cake they can eat?
How many hours ride is that? 5?
It's about 5.5.
5.5.
Obviously, we stopped at the Mass line to get gas, so it totaled 6 hours of driving. It wasn't too bad. I listened to your shitty show.
Okay, awesome. That's great.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Kevin.
So 6 hours. We had a good show. was fun.
Yeah, it was.
Birthday show was great.
I know.
I go away for 2 days. I see Alex is in there. She's got the place all classed up. There's white linen.
Well, that was for a completely different podcast called Games, and that'll drop episode 1 September 4th. It's coming
all
up.
Cleaned up in there. All the alcohol's probably hidden. It's like a college dorm in there.
I had to gay the place up a little bit.
She
you know
did,
what I
she
mean?
did.
I can't just, I can't have
What's the
game
name
night
for it?
in here and not, and have them sitting around with you guys.
The irony is that she's a
We're
straight
here
woman.
standing for that.
Well, somebody said, somebody goes, yeah, it's like being in it's like being in a man cave. And I go, it is? I don't think it's like a man cave at all. This is just me.
Well, see, the thing is,
And I think it's barren in here. I think I want to get more stuff, and I've just been focused on the work, not the decoration.
the premise of the show is 2 gay men and 2 women.
Yes.
Like, in no universe would you go to a gay man's house and find a Guinness mirror on his wall, nor would you find a Genesee beer sign, like, unless it was like the floral version, like the Ruby Kolsch.
That's true. That's true. Okay. All right. I guess that. Yeah. So she did. She
Maybe a Michael Shea sign. I don't know.
The mirror did the feeling. It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, Billified is fine because, that's a little gay.
Well, it's a big flamer. Big flame back there. So, Kevin, this is exciting. I kind of like knowing that the kid won't shit there. I think. No, I like knowing that.
He's got shy bowel syndrome.
Because I'll tell you, now I did community college, then went to Fisher, but they had, my first year was Murphy Hall across the street.
Right.
And I remember there was the bathroom at the end of the hall. And I was all the way at the other end.
Yeah.
And used to have to go and shower and stuff. And I would go and shower down there, and sometimes buckets of cold water would come over the wall in the shower while you were in there.
Yeah.
And then
he's got a decent trek to the bathroom. I mean, it's down the hall and around the corner and around the corner.
yeah.
If he's prairie dogging by Halloween, he's in trouble.
I went I went and just I didn't care. I let it all hang out.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
He did announce in the middle of Kohl's that he did destroy their bathroom. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you can go at Kohl's, you can go at college.
But maybe he's trying to set a good first impression.
First impression.
He doesn't want to be the one who wrecks the bathroom on negative day one.
He said people already left loaders. It was the first night. People already left loaders.
Oh yeah, and were they already drinking and stuff on campus or no?
I know nothing.
Okay.
Well, he wasn't a drinker though.
Drink.
No, he's not.
He's not a drinker.
No.
He's a pot smoker.
No, not even that.
Is his lady friend
He's a
with him?
Catholic Aquinas boy.
All right. Okay.
Is his lady friend with him to say goodbye or no?
His lady friend did say goodbye. She moved into her dorm today, and I know they talked.
Where's she going to school?
She's going to Roberts.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now, she'll be married.
I did inform him of Ring by Spring.
Right.
Ring by Springs was not an option for him either.
Don't worry about it. It ain't gonna happen. It's fine. I got a kid at Roberts. Nothing. No Ring by Spring.
He's not getting married.
No.
There's nobody tall enough for your son.
No, that's Jackson.
Oh, that's right.
Jackson. So Jordan's the one who goes there. Well, good. I'm glad. It sounds like things went well. You didn't hit the dorm. You were able to get the kid in. What floor is he on?
First floor, right next to the RA.
That's that sucks. But for move-in purposes, at least first floor. How many floors is the dorm?
I think there's 3 floors.
Oh, okay.
Girls are on the 3rd, and I think it's boys on the first 2.
Okay.
But the door that we pulled, once we finally got able to go down to the campus, we pulled in between the 2 cars we had. I think the cars were empty less than a minute and a half. They had so many people there just grabbing stuff out of your car and taking it in.
Oh, that's great. So they gave you
just
teams.
set it down, so
yeah,
they could spin you out of there. But it was just been a whirlwind. It's going to be interesting tomorrow.
All right. Well, I hope I'm betting you get vapors at the very least. Some vapes.
No.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Or at least do a poll because it's Quinnipiac. That's what they do.
I did say I finally took a picture for you, Dan, of the building just so you can see it every time I've been there.
All right. Very good. All right. Well, Kevin, drive carefully back, and we're still betting that there will be, if not tears from you, vapes.
There will be nothing. I'm a good boy.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll.
And Alex, I will text you about tomorrow as well.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right. There you go. Kevin's got an idea. Thanks, Kevin. He's got an idea for a show he's been.
He does.
Yeah, it's actually. I think it's a great idea. Yeah,
it is actually a great idea, and it's something that isn't already being done. And I like once I find out who the major players are, I will know more. But yeah, we'll see. You know, right now, like no idea is really a bad idea until you figure out.
Is it a podcast or a reality show?
No, reality TV show.
Yeah, or it could even potentially be like something for YouTube. Like it really depends.
Oh, I have a feeling I know what he's doing.
Yeah,
you
do.
Okay,
you know exactly
okay.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah, this actually is a pretty good idea.
It's not a bad idea at all.
Makes sense,
Right.
and nobody's done it yet.
Right. Man, did you have any guys that you remember at school that couldn't go to the bathroom or anything? Or?
No, but I had a dad who had that problem.
Your dad couldn't go work or stuff?
So my dad would always show up to parties separately. We went to people's houses. He'd have to drive himself. We could never figure out why.
Because he wouldn't go.
And then years after he died of colon cancer. Years after he died, my sister.
Why?
Yeah.
Holding
Right. He had a problem going to other people. He had to go to the number 2, and he had a problem going to other people's bathrooms. So he'd drive home. And once he's home, he's home.
I understand that. I can see at a private party. A lot of times, like, I even remember as a kid not wanting to go in school. And then something,
me too.
Then something changed where it didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Oh, I was shitting anywhere.
Yeah.
My ass was out. I was, I think we bet some kid and cheered him on to shit in the urinal. Which is terrible. Just terrible.
That's right.
I mean, it was nasty.
Somebody's got to clean that.
Oh, God. And I told you I would pee in sinks.
It's like a Bills game.
Yeah, I did. I busted in on a party once because I had to go to the bathroom so badly, and I knew I wasn't going to make it outside, and I just busted in. A girl was on the toilet. She screams. I go, "Don't worry about it." And I just peed in the sink while she's in there. Just, you got to do what you got to do. I don't remember having any, like, I told you, when I had the dorm, I used to take a shit we had our own bathroom in, what was that?
You said Murphy Hall.
Yeah, no.
Haffey.
No, what's the one, my senior year?
Ward,
There's
Dorsey.
Dorsey. So
Okay.
Dorsey you had your own bathroom in your room.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you had your own bathroom in there for you and your roommate. It was very nice. It was like living in a little country club, Fisher. Yeah, I had the great meal plan. They had a little golf course across the street.
It really was.
It was sweet when I went there. It was
the shortest. Sweet. It was the shortest school year in the country, and everybody was friendly.
Yeah,
everybody got along.
So,
no drugs.
No, there was some.
It was like
minor.
pot, maybe.
Yeah, it was
mostly just alcohol.
Yeah, no, yeah, right, exactly. Yep, a lot of boozers like me, and I used to shit. And I would open up all the doors, the door to the bathroom. I used to shit with the door open and the door to the hallway open to see how far I could get the smell to travel down the hall. That was one. Then there were bets because the girls were upstairs. So
yeah, it was like every other floor.
I think they did every other floor, but it wasn't. It was weird in that one because you had that main lobby and it was kind of on like a... almost like, I want to say like an L, sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of, but not
there was
exactly.
Dorsey East and there was Dorsey
L.
North. Right.
So you would, one side was the girls, so it would be first floor, closest to the campus was the guys.
Dorsey North.
Then you went upstairs, closest upstairs was girls, right above, girls on top. And then on the other side, it was girls on the bottom. And
Dorsey
guys
East, yes.
Yeah. So if you lost some kind of bet, you could only wear one article of clothing. And you had to go upstairs and bang on every girl's door as you ran down. And that was it. Then you had
How many bets did you lose?
a lot. I used to lose on purpose sometimes. So the only thing I would wear was a sock right over my
I was just
junk.
about to ask.
I just wear a sock over my junk, and everybody would laugh, and I would run down, and you'd see my ass out there. And sometimes on certain girls, I would stop. I would knock on the door, and I'd be bent over. So when they opened it up, you know how much trouble you would get in today if you did that, and she complained. Do you know how much fucking trouble?
You'd be kicked out of school.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I just thought of that.
Do you think nobody is doing do you think that all of a sudden that juvenile behavior has gone right out the window?
I don't. Well, first of all, I don't think that people. I will say that I think I had a little bit of a unique thing. I didn't know many people when, like, I had a weird group of friends. You know what I mean? I had a weird group of friends. It wouldn't be uncommon for all of a sudden somebody to pop up and put their dick in your ear, like at a party or something.
Or hang brain on your head and take a picture while you're sleeping.
No, yeah, but no, they'd hang brain on your head This is high school.
Oh.
No, that's what I'm talking about. So that's where I came from. So when I went to Fisher, it was mild. Like these guys were fairly mild for the most part. And it was more like no one was doing Bob's Away. No one had ever heard shit like that.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that.
No one was picking up cushions, sniffing them like me.
I had a friend who went to Kent State, right? And a lot of the stuff in my high school, I went to a small high school like you did, stupid stuff like that would happen all the time. And we talk about like things that you talk about, on the radio, right? And she went to Kent State, and she said that stuff was taboo among guys. Like, you talk about masturbation?
Yeah.
You guys talk, we would never do. Like, in the Midwest, they would never do that stuff.
Well, I don't know that I don't think guys talked about that. I don't remember having those conversations with guys at Fisher. Masturbation? You did?
Oh, yeah.
You had a circle jerk?
No, we never had that. I'm just saying, like, the guys would just be so open. It was like a Howard.
Just
it was like
giving
Howard
each
Stern.
other handies on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
No, just like talking about all the stupid stuff that teenagers do.
Yeah, I don't remember talking about that kind of stuff. But the stupid stuff that we did was like all of a sudden, like, or the big one was hanging brain, where you would just let it hang out your fly. And you would just walk around fully dressed, and but with your balls hanging out, just your balls, dick be popped, hidden away, and then you'd walk around with your balls out until someone looked at it. Oh my god!
Yeah, and like we would do stuff like that, and she was like, "No, it's like in the Midwest, they never. It was like verboten. They didn't talk about, or if they did it, they never talked about it."
Okay,
Interesting.
All
right.
I never.
Do your boys have any like kind of anxieties like that? Did any of them, even as like little kids, did they like have issues in school, coming home with stomach aches and stuff because they couldn't?
Father of the Year has no idea.
Well, that happened in my school.
I don't remember at all. I don't remember that. I don't even know now. Like with my kid at college, I have no idea. I don't think that there's a lot of shenanigans that he does at all. I think in the beginning there might have been some things, but most of it's fairly mild. I don't know.
Do you think you would know, just based on like the shit you used to pull as a kid, do you think you would have some kind of sensibility like my kid is out here doing like...
So I remember thinking I don't know. I remember thinking that they were lame. And I was very glad that they were lame. Like I remember thinking, oh God, this is great because there was no real problems in high school. And there were minor things that went on. And I didn't really have much involvement in the handling of them. One was one where he got in trouble and the school intervened and said, we're going to handle it. And I said to his mom, he's not in trouble at home. And that was it. And it was a McQuaid thing. And then there was times where she wound up picking him up, I think, after a party or something. But other than that, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that I remember that was necessarily bad. And there were no late nights. There were very few sleepovers and all. Like I would be camping out at my buddy's house every other weekend and getting drunk. And I mean, I was puking in the woods.
Would you let your kids do the kind of stuff, that you were doing? Like, would you, I don't know. Because I feel like I have friends that have kids that like, we were out, all night long. There was no way to get a hold of us. There was no cell phones and stuff. I would never let Lewis, be in a place where I couldn't get a hold of him or knew exactly where he was.
Well, the bad part now, and the reason I think that I would be, the answer is when my guys were coming up, I probably would have been a little more like, go ahead. I was always a believer in skin your knee kind of thing and figure it out, right?
Yeah.
You learn, or rules of the playground, right? So that sort of thing. If somebody's giving you a rough time, you learn your pecking order or you learn how to defend yourself. Not a very popular opinion these days, not a very popular way to do it. The other thing that would always make me take pause, though, is everybody... And it was more from probably junior, middle school, I think now on. I was going to call it junior high. That's how old I am. They've got a camera in their pocket. So shit got documented that you didn't necessarily want documented, right? Or you documented it thinking it would be funny. Don't think that my buddies and I wouldn't have like laughed our asses off. Hey, watch this. Like when we took the bottoms off my buddy's crutches who had broken his leg and he stood up and the crutches shot out from under him. But I was feeling bad, so I stood up and caught him like this. But if we filmed that, we would have laughed our dick off, rewound it, watched it again, or sent it out. Imagine that as a TikTok. I think that if that kind of shit was involved, like with my kids, I wouldn't want them because you become labeled and other parents don't want you around and that, you know what I'm saying? Like most of our stuff was so underground. Like I always say, when I look back and I hear people and I know people get upset with the word privileged.
Yeah.
Okay. And I always go, but I get it.
Yeah.
I get exactly what that is. I don't know. I have always been, and I knew this early on in my life, that I could pretty much get away with anything.
Yeah.
I knew that. I looked a certain way. I had, my parents were of what they were. They were teachers. I was never that bad. I could speak well. I could present myself well. I could get away with fucking anything. And I kind of knew that for the most part. And I feel like that my entire life has kind of been pretty nice. There's been bumps, sure. But even the times where I've hit, even recent, like you kind of hit a wall, I've been able to bounce back pretty quickly. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, well, one is it's who you are, right? There's nothing that ever stopped me. If I wanted to do it, if it was shitting off the top of something, I was going to do it. If it was, whatever, it was going to happen. But so I think like
5,
I've always
4,
been able
3, 2, and we have.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I felt like I could always get I could always get away. I just think that had that stuff been documented, though, it would have been bad. Now, I had a reputation around town of being a kid who partied. I was voted most likely to be found, like they said, in 10 years, right? And they had the list of in 10 years, where will they be? And I was voted most likely to still be looking for a party.
Are you still looking for a party?
Me a little bit. My dad was like fucking livid. Yeah, look at this. Look at that. All right. But then the police came to my house, state trooper, because there was a party. I was not at the party, but there was property damage done because a lot of people had weekend homes from New York that would come up, and kids knew that they weren't around, so they partied on their property. I think a window or something got broken, and they wanted a list of names, and they came to me, and I go, I wasn't at the party. And they're like, yeah, we know, but we also know that you know everybody who was at that party, and I didn't give up anybody, and it became a whole ordeal. But
well, because snitches get stitches.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was my father was so pissed at the police, and the guy comes in the house and he goes, "Hey, Bill, let me ask you." My father goes, "His name is William, and you will address him as William."
I like your dad.
Oh, my dad, he's like. So that was
That's
that.
You don't have to answer that.
And then when they left, he goes, "You know why they came to find you, right? Because you got a reputation to party." And then when I remember dating a girl, taking her around on a date, and her father, I go to pick her up, and I get out of the car, and she comes running out. Like the house was 2-tiered. He's up on the top deck. She comes blitzing, like fucking blitzing out. Like she's a cornerback coming in on a blitz. And she's like, let's go. And I get out, and then I see her dad, and I say, "Hey, Mr. Tone." Goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And she's already in the car, seatbelt on. She's like, "Let's go." I go, "All right." And then he goes, "I can trust you, right?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I've heard about you. I can trust you about as far as I can throw you." And I went, now I see you want to get the fuck out of. So obviously there was something said prior, right?
Right.
Because she went, this girl blitzed out of the house and into the shitbox I was driving. So I didn't need, I guess, the documentation to have it. But if there was video of the shit I did, I think it would have been way worse.
Yeah. How about you?
Way
are you glad that we grew up in a time before there was cell phones everywhere and there was photos of everything you did?
Yeah.
Are you glad that there's no documentation?
Yeah, I really didn't. This is gonna sound so pretentious, but I really didn't do anything wrong. I was the guy.
It doesn't sound pretentious.
No, it doesn't.
Sounds fucking lame.
Yeah. Well, it was.
But did you?
I was the big brother in school. Okay, so the story about me was the exact opposite of you.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. So around 11th grade.
Hey, get Christian Dan to come with you. He'll keep everybody safe.
Well, here's what
Did you
happened.
have the fear of Butch though?
Oh yes, I had the fear of God, the fear of my father.
I had the fear of my dad too.
Yeah,
you
no, you
had-
didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
I didn't fear anything. It was like
Right. So there you go.
Here was my thing, and I try to tell my kids this now. And I'm sorry to interrupt your story, but tell them.
Not the first time. Go ahead.
Tell everybody what they want to hear, and then go do what the fuck you're going to do anyway. Right?
But
right.
would you want your kids to tell you what you wanted to hear and then go do whatever? Like,
no, but I tell them.
Yeah, but he's at that age where
now that they're older, I mean, there's sometimes I go, look, man, you get frustrated if I say things. Just listen and then go do what you're going to do. I'm not saying to answer back, but listen and take it in, and you've already got an idea of what you're going to do. Well, do it, or pause and consider what's being said. But I'm not, at this point, you're in your 20s, you got to figure that shit out. But that was my whole thing always, was I would, like, my mother used to always go, the boys were so easy. And then I realized they would just tell me what I wanted to hear and go do what they wanted to do. She goes, at least with my daughter, she would fight me on everything, but I knew exactly what was happening. She goes, with Billy especially, I had no idea.
Right. No, with me, it was, I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, still have never smoked.
Yeah.
And didn't do anything. And my father, after a while, my grandmother would tell him, you got a great kid here. He's not like you. My father was like the guy who always had to take the dare in high school, right? Mm-hmm. And so my grandmother finally told me, you got a good kid here. He's not going to do anything. So my father goes, you don't need to have a curfew. I trust you. Just be careful, right? Well, word got around that Dan Borello doesn't have a curfew now. So now Dan Borello could drive us everywhere, and he'll always be sober. So guess where we're going? And Fredonia isn't far away. And because I grew up in Silver Creek, if you know anything about Fredonia, there's more bars per square mile than maybe any other village in the country. And oh, by the way, there are some of those bars that are 18 and over. So to get a fake ID, it doesn't take much. And guess who was everybody's taxi cab? And word got around to the parents that the kids are like, where are you going out tonight? I'm going out with Dan Borello. Oh, he's a great kid. Yeah, have fun. Go ahead. I'm like, well, how did I take out 150 kids this weekend? I mean, that's what it came down to. It's like, well, I heard he was with you.
The beginnings of your Uber career.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. That's what it was. But then, like, we had so many not DWIs. We had so many kids dying in drunk driving accidents.
Yeah. Is that why you drove them? Because you are just.
Well, it was. It's not that I was this great driver. I just was sober.
Yeah.
Did you want to go hang out? Did you go hang out sober?
Oh, yeah. I hung out sober, and nobody had any issues with it. They loved it.
Not that they would have issues with it, but did you? Because I literally can't.
No, I had no.
People, so I would not like that.
I had no interest in drinking or nothing. I had no interest in it.
And you were still having a good time. So I was like.
Then college, it wasn't so easy. College, it got a lot harder. Because it was like you were square if you didn't drink. We'll let you drive us around. You can hang out with us. But
I think by the time I got to Fisher, like, a lot of that shit was out of my system. Like, I mean, I still partied and drank, but I didn't get high. I didn't do any of that stuff. I'd done enough of that prior, and then I think that some of the kids in my class, we had a lot of people that died over the years too from accidents, but alcohol related. Mm-hmm. And then there was a bad one that involved one of my good friend's brother. And he was pretty messed up. He had a scholarship to RPI, and he wound up losing that and coming home because he couldn't go to school. He got in a really bad alcohol-related accident. And because of that, somebody would always stay sober, but it usually wasn't me. Mm-hmm. So that was the thing. Or we'd stay over somewhere. And that was the other thing. So I don't know. I'm glad that my kids were a little, I say lame, but I think that most parents were a little more on top of things. And the fact that there was so much social media stuff, you just didn't want to really step out of line because it was almost like another way of tracking your shit. And most kids telling themselves
it's funny. It's funny her saying that because I never told anybody this. I don't even think I told my siblings this because I think they get jealous. But my father once told me before I graduated, he goes, you deal with a lot. And you have overcome so much temptation. He goes, I want to tell you something. I was the exact opposite of you in high school. I always had to be the guy to do it, to take the dare.
Yeah.
Danny boy, he goes, you're my hero. And I mean that. I'm like, that's really no big deal. And he goes, no, it really is. Because you have to deal with 10 times more than I had to deal with back then. With peer pressure and everything else and all these kids dying. And he goes, you're my hero. I'm like, well, thanks, Dad.
Do you think your boys have it tougher than you did? I mean, because I feel like nowadays you cannot party. You cannot go take a chance. They're putting all kinds of shit in everything, and you can die.
Yeah,
like
fentanyl, I mean? Just a couple grains, boom, done.
You can't go to the club anymore and do a bump in the bathroom and like have a good time with your friends.
God, we know what Alex is up to.
I just mean like you can't even like they're putting fentanyl in your weed now. You know what I mean? Do you feel like kids have it like? Is it worse back in the day, we had no supervision. So there was drinking and you know what I mean? And
we didn't have the Chinese trying to kill us either.
But nowadays we have there's all these other things. Do you think it's better or worse? Is it the same? I worry a lot about Lewis. You know what I mean? Not that he's out there, doing bumps in the bathroom, but you can't party in the same way you used to be able to, I feel like.
I don't think I think about it a whole lot. So that's maybe that's me putting my head in the sand. I don't know. And I always think that I was glad that, one guy still lives at home and the other one is on an athletic scholarship. So, and there's been things along the way that have happened, but nothing that would be too outrageous or too out of bounds. And I don't know. I think there was always the same stuff. I wonder if now you've got a better opportunity of someone being able to maybe a little more awareness, or the fact that there are cameras everywhere. You almost can find out if something bad happened. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like most of our fears on everything are so over exaggerated. Now, I've been accused of being way too calm on certain situations, but I think that sometimes it's no different. It's just that you're a little more aware. Now, the fentanyl thing is an absolute truth, but I would hope that they'd be wise enough to kind of not do any of that kind of shit. But again, it all takes is one thing, and you're right. Be at a party and hey, try this, and something could happen. So I don't know. I mean, look, I certainly did some really dumb things, and I remember an incident where you're kind of like, ooh, glad we survived that. You know what I mean? Because there were just dumb things that went on, and I'd be very afraid if I thought the boys were doing something like that.
Yeah, I'm always curious.
But I never think about it because I figure I survived, they'll probably survive too, and I feel like you can only get so many lectures. I don't know.
And eventually you have to just
a little bit. We'll take one more short break, come back, and then we'll wrap it up. But I want to run this one scenario by both of you and just see where you stand on it. We'll get to that next. But first, at Cirque and Cirque, they understand that a legal issue involving your family, well, it can really make your world come to a standstill. They've helped families get back to what matters most to them. So whether you're facing divorce, child custody, or any other family law matter, you're going to want a caring attorney by your side, guiding you through all the sensitive matters that are involved. That's exactly what you get at Cirque Law. Family law issues, well, they're emotional. And at Cirque and Cirque Law in Pittsford, they know that. They have highly experienced, compassionate family law attorneys that will work tirelessly each day for the betterment of you and your family. So if you're considering a divorce or in the process of divvying assets, dealing with custody issues, or any other family spouse-related legal matter, you can have complete confidence in Cirque and Cirque's experience and professionalism. Give them a call at 585-385-2510. You can also email them in complete confidence through their website's contact page at circulaw.com. Cirque and Cirque, helping your family get back to what matters most.
Mac of all trades. The name says it all. 585-202-9218 and macofalltrades.net.
Jimmy Z's Plates and Shakes. Oh, they're rocking Brockport as Brockport comes alive again. College students back in town. They're open Wednesday through Sunday, serving up some of the best plates and shakes to ever pass your lips. However, we're coming to the waning days of summer. Maybe you're having some kind of event to wrap up summer, a block party, a backyard banger, a corporate picnic. Jimmy Z's Plates and Shakes has the food truck. You can find out how to get it to come to your event by going to platesandshakes.com, or maybe you just want some catering. Pick up or drop off. Jimmy Z's Plates and Shakes does both, and you can find all the information on that at platesandshakes.com. Well, I had played the Doors, so all of a sudden Tina Turner popped up. I'm going to hit Tina, the late, great Tina.
Yeah.
And I'm bummed because that last segment we did, and Alex asked some great questions about, kids and what do you worry about. I don't think I got no video of it.
You must
It's terrible.
the touch of your hand makes my pulse.
That was some fucking hairdo she had. But you know what I always loved about Tina Turner? Like in her late 40s, she has a comeback.
Yeah.
For a woman,
Amazing.
right. In the 80s,
Yeah.
even tougher.
Incredible.
Even tougher.
Yeah, her hair was everything.
Not a fan, Dan?
Oh no, I'm just appreciating what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing to add. You're absolutely right.
So there's a story that I saw in the New York Post, And I would play the audio of this, but the guy is speaking Italian. So I would assume that, yeah, I don't think anybody would understand what was being said. But he's a millionaire banker. And he was having an engagement party with his fiance. He is 64. She's 47.
Okay.
So nothing outrageous, right?
Yeah,
I mean, we're not talking like 64 with 23.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, something like that.
We're talking like November, August.
His name is Massimo Sergei.
Oh.
Yes. Massimo took the microphone in front of 150 high society guests at the engagement event.
Oh, Billy, okay.
And he, in front of his bride, her name is Christina. She's 47. He said he refused to be a cuckold while she supposedly embarked on a clandestine affair. And he says this, and she's standing right next to him. He walks up, there's a DJ, he's got the microphone in his hand, and he says, I want to give Christina the freedom to love, specifically to love another person, a notable lawyer who she clearly cares about more than me. He says this in front of everybody at the engagement party. And then he said, Dear Christina, he turned to her and looked at her and said, I know how much you are in love with him mentally and sexually. I know that before him, you had a relationship with an industrialist acquaintance. I don't know. There's some kind of something lost in the translation there, but don't think it pleases me to look like a cuckold in front of all of you. And that's what he says. And he said, Christina is so good at telling her truths that I couldn't leave her alone to narrate the reason why I'm ending our life together tonight. It's a banal story of infidelity, even premarital. I am so disappointed. I am heartbroken. And then he puts the mic down and walks away. And he does this in front of everybody.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. Is that guy is that guy a hero or a zero?
He's a zero.
Zero.
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't?
No, because
Okay.
if the roles were reversed and
Yeah.
a woman was standing up at her engagement party and being like, I know you cheated on me with so and so, like she would be hailed a hero among her. But I feel like because it's a man doing it, like, no, yes.
I don't.
Okay, that may be true.
On the flip side, I would call her a zero too. See, like, you don't need to air your laundry in public like that.
But
embarrass somebody like that.
Yeah, but I'd love it. I
I get my popcorn out and start eating.
I would feel bad for the guy. Like, I'd be super uncomfortable. But if she did it to him, I don't know why. I'm way more comfortable with that than I am with him doing it to her. And why is that? Because my thing is with you, I go zero. I'm like, this to me is kind of a weak move as a man. Quietly go to her and just say, we're not having this. I'm not going to embarrass you. I'm not going to say all this stuff, but I'm not going to be this person. I'm worthy of way more than this in life, and I have tried to provide. I thought I loved, I thought you loved me as much as I loved you. Clearly, that's not the case, and I don't want you to be in a situation that's not going to make you happy. But I'm not going to embarrass you. I think to almost tear somebody down and ruin. Now she's suing for defamation of character and pain and suffering or emotional pain and suffering.
Careful, because this guy's got money, and I'm sure he hired enough PIs to figure this out.
Yeah, probably.
All of his I's are dotted, his T's are crossed.
Well, he names like a lawyer. Yeah. I mean, all this shit. So, but I think if it were a woman, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of the roles being reversed. That I almost go, I would laugh and not think twice about it. But to your point, Danny, that's pretty sexist of me when you think about it, because I go, if it's a guy, I'm like, I almost think you're somewhat of a dick. Not even like I feel bad and I'm embarrassed and I don't want to see it. Like, it makes me so uncomfortable I can't look at it. That's one. But the other thing is I go, you're kind of a dick, dude. It's a woman. All right. So shit didn't work out. Be a man, be a gentleman. Let's walk away. That would be my thing. Like, if it were my kids that somebody and they did that at an engagement, hey, I know you cheated. I'd be like, no. That's not how we do this. Mm-hmm. Now, if a girl stood up and said it about one of my kids, like, I know you cheated, I'm not marrying you, I'd be like, that's my boy. No, I wouldn't. I would be,
there's just
I'd be
something
uncomfortable and I'd feel a little bit bad, but I would be like, well, you had it coming.
Well,
you know what I mean?
We
shouldn't have done that, but you had it coming.
But we wouldn't do that. Like, either way, whether it's the man cheating on the woman or the woman cheating on the man, that's bad behavior. We're okay calling out a man for his bad behavior,
yes,
but we're not okay calling out a woman for hers. And I just think, like, even in today's society, women are paid less than men, women are treated worse than men, blah, blah, blah. Like, we're at the end of the day, we're all still human beings. And if you're having bad behavior, you should be called out on your bad. Maybe a public place is a bad place to do it for either.
Well, Danny's saying on either side.
On either side.
Danny's on either side says it's bad.
It's the same thing because all you're doing is you're making a show. You're making a spectacle of it.
But we would
of your private
celebrate
life.
her
And
if she stood up and was like, "You are cheating on me with your secretary." We would every woman would be like, yes,
be cheering.
queen.
I could see that. I think it's
We
very.
think the man's a douchebag.
And I wouldn't.
I think it's douchey on both
sides. If it was
sides.
my buddy, I would be sitting there like, oh shit, and then I would wait and I'd call him up later on and go, "How you doing, pal?"
Right.
Are you with your secretary?
Because now you got all these high society people who are your peers now.
Yeah, man.
Witnessing this. And and don't tell me they're all walking away going, attaboy.
Well,
they got to be walking away going, dude, you are a cuck. You are a fool.
Well, see,
because you allowed this to happen under your nose.
Here's the sexist part of me. You knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And why didn't you just end it? To me, you sort of look weak that you admit to everybody all this stuff. And I would rather... I'm almost too proud to say, well, I'm not going to put up with this, but I'm not going to. But I also wouldn't want to be the person to destroy you. If you truly love that other person, you can be as mad as hell. I always love the term unconditional love. That's my favorite because I don't think human beings are capable of it.
How can you be?
Because I think everything that
How can you? There are conditions, right? How can you just
everything's got right. Everything comes with a condition. Everything in the human experience comes with a condition. Unconditional love means I just love you no matter what. No matter what you do. I may get mad at you, but I love you.
I think unconditional love exists, but I don't think unconditional like exists. And that sounds really weird, but I mean, you may still love somebody who you split up with a long time ago because you couldn't deal with them as a person. You may still love them unconditionally, and if they needed a kidney, you'd be there for them or you'd help them out. But you can't be in a relationship with them. You can't trust them. You know what I'm saying? But there's something that still pulls you to loving them. Does that make sense?
I guess.
I think that could be the case. But I mean, there's some people like here's a great example. I think Christy Brinkley still loves Billy Joel. I think Billy Joel still loves Christy Brinkley, but she couldn't be in that marriage because he couldn't possibly stay sober enough, and he was getting in accidents. And when he got in accidents after, they split up, she was right there for him. But they couldn't be together. It just didn't work. You know, I think that you can unconditionally love somebody, but not be able to be with somebody. I think that could happen.
It doesn't sound like
more in my next book called Coping with Danny.
I see. That doesn't sound like unconditional love to me. Unconditional love would be I'll be there for you
no matter
what, in the good times and the bad. But all that. That's why I say, because those are conditions.
Yeah.
These are conditions by which I can't love you enough to be with you.
I can
be there for you, but I can't be with you. So you almost seem to sort of, I know what you're saying, that the love is there and I'll come as a friend and try to support and bring you back. I mean, yeah, Rick Ocasek with when he was dying, Paulina came over and she's the one that found him and she had a key to his apartment and all this stuff, but they couldn't be together.
Valerie, what's her name? Valerie Bertinelli with Eddie Van Halen. They were there holding it. Eddie was remarried, and there's Valerie holding his hand with Wolfgang when he died.
Yeah, but and they had something together with the kid and all that. I can understand that, but I still think there are conditions around that kind of love. There are conditions by which I love you. I love you now that it's coming to an end, but I didn't love all this other shit. That's why I say I don't know that unconditional love is capable for humans. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I think it could, but
is it okay to have conditions? We're so sensitive as a society, where we can't have limitations to anything, or you can't be even when you were saying earlier about privilege, people think privilege is a bad thing. The people that think privilege is a bad word, are privileged and don't understand the context of it's not a negative. It's actually a beautiful thing to be privileged. You are in a position to help the unprivileged or underprivileged. You know what I mean? So it's
on the flip side, privileges can be taken away.
Yes.
They're not rights.
No.
Exactly.
Those who want to claim white privilege, white people can get away with anything. No, that's a right. That's like apartheid. That's not a privilege. That's hey, we get to do whatever the heck we want.
Well, I'm just saying I feel like I got away with a lot because I was white.
Well,
I do feel like
I would call it an advantage.
Somebody who can recognize that is a privilege, that doesn't make you a bad person. It just is a condition of your environment.
I mean, Danny, I always
knew a privilege can be taken away. You get away with it all you want until you don't.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
But I mean,
that privilege is gone.
Well, think about the Oak Hill experience that we had. We walked up and I said to you, just be cool for a certain point, until someone really realized that, hey, these guys weren't a part of our intimate group.
When I had like 6 mozzarella sticks, they
but
realized,
that's fine. But my point is, like, we got away with it because you can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to a friend of mine who went down to Watkins Glen, and they said, we just walked in. We put lanyards under our shirt, but my lanyard was not a Watkins Glen lanyard, and we were in the pit. Act like you've been there. Don't be there to cause trouble. That's not what you're there for. Just go and enjoy it.
Was he a TSA guy?
No, but it was white people, and I don't know if you were of a different shade, of any shade of brown. I don't know if you. I can't answer that because I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I've never been.
No,
there.
so I can't say, but I can tell you this. I've said to you all the time, remember when there would be guys who wrote books about, I snuck into the Super Bowl 7 times and I went into whatever concert, and I go, yeah, I can see how that can happen. And by the way, every one of those guys were white. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. That's all. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe in different countries something else would happen. I have no idea.
Pretty girl privilege is a thing.
Yeah, hot girl privilege is definitely a thing.
Hot girl privilege was always a thing.
Oh, yeah.
God damn. You know what I love?
There's athletic privilege.
Yeah, but
there's hot girl privilege.
Yeah, but hot girl privilege is my favorite. Hot girl privilege is my favorite because there's a shelf life on hot girl privilege.
That's true.
And then all of a sudden, hot girl privilege starts to fade away, and hot girl just isn't getting the attention anymore. She may be attractive for her age. She may be in great shape for her age and all that, but she's not getting what she's used to. Where it used to be, she could go out every night of the week and not pay for anything. Right. And now all of a sudden it's not there, or it's slipped away. And now you start to see him like overcome. Tawny Katane was a classic example to me of hot girl privilege. Hot from the time she was 14 years old. Every door open because you were hot. All the way up to you weren't. And now you're beating dudes.
And
you
become the queen of the silver dollar.
Well, it's like, those. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's the song.
That's the song. Right.
She's lost it.
Yeah.
She ain't the same, but she wants to pretend she is.
Yeah. Well.
And there's just enough guys who will play along with her.
Sure there is. Because,
they think that, hey, I got a shot now.
He went on the discount rack.
I mean, it's amazing. Well, you and I we're all at the age now where we know people from high school who during high school the girl wouldn't have given the guy the time of day.
Yeah.
Then life moves on. Girl starts losing her looks, or guy starts making money, and all of a sudden, oh, hey, look who's together. And you're like, this would have never have happened in high school.
Right. And sometimes I think, too, though, as you get older, you start to get beyond the looks of stuff. This is where I have this theory, and it's just a theory on the dating app stuff, because I always figure the dating apps are really in favor of women. Because the women, especially the ones where women you got to respond first, right? Mm-hmm. But most guys they're going to swipe on, and all of them are going for probably that same group of guys, right? The same group of guys that are hot are usually hot to like every chick that's on this app. So they're all trying to get to that guy.
Basically, if you're over 6 foot, I feel like.
So if you've got that, then you're going on superficial, and then you go out on a date and it doesn't work and you wonder why. Where if you're just out in the wild and all of a sudden you had a conversation with somebody and maybe you would have swiped past them on a dating app, but you find out that they're funny and they really value family, which are the same values that you have, and you start to have a conversation, and all of a sudden, like you find yourself 3 hours have gone by. You're like, holy shit, I've had a great night with this person, and it's not really a date, but it's conversation, and then that to me is more authentic and real than the dating apps, which is everything superficial and almost like hot girl privilege, right? You can't. And I think that same thing with high school. Like all of us were superficial. If she was the hot chick, once you get to know somebody, if you can get below the surface, sometimes you find out the hot chick, there ain't a lot behind that. Sometimes you find out the hot chick and, oh my God, there's all this depth over here that I had no idea about, because all I was looking at is, I just wanted to go, hey man, guess who I got to go out with the other day? You know, like a friend of mine who would go, Friday night, buddy. Guess who I'm going out with? You know, and that would be but that was all it was about. It was about the hot person, not the hot. Then you find out maybe the hot person also values family and really is into music and has a real depth, and you can have conversations about things. And I think sometimes you don't get that on the dating apps. Now, I'm sure there's somebody who's going to go, I met my husband, I met my wife, whatever on a dating app. It could be, I'm sure. Sure, it could happen.
I think that's why they like create. I mean, I think like the ones on your phone now are sort of created just for like hookups, right?
Yeah.
I don't use dating apps, so I don't know.
Pretty much.
But But like back in the day when there was like Match.com and Christian Mingle and stuff, like those were intended to like hook people up.
Christian Dan.
I did Christian Mingle for about a month.
And
the closest Christians to mingle with were like in Pennsylvania, Indiana.
Oh,
no
really?
Christians in Rochester, New York?
No, zero. They are, but they get married like when they're like 12. I mean,
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
It's like Robert's Wesleyan times the power of 100.
Tough to find a good Christian woman around here.
I guess so.
Or if you find one, like there's a catch.
Did you meet your wife on a dating app?
No.
Your current
We were
one?
in the band community.
See?
Oh.
But that's what I'm saying is like you had a commonality
Yeah.
that brought you together in music. Then you found out you liked her. You went out a few times.
Yeah.
It's more than that. Now you got a whole life together, which may not have happened on a dating app.
No,
because
it wouldn't have.
Either one of you may have just gone,
Right.
And you met in the wild.
We did.
That's what I think is always
Now she can't
the
get
best.
enough of me.
That's right.
Yeah.
When
I could see
you
it.
were married before, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Was your first breakup like a public thing?
Why is that so funny, Billy? Well, Billy made it a public thing.
Whoa. No, I didn't.
No, I
No,
know.
I
It's
mean,
true.
Oh
was
my
like,
God, no,
did
I didn't.
she
I
go on
never told that
Facebook
story.
And say,
You did a whole segment about it on the drive.
What the fuck? I did not.
No, you did.
Not by name.
Yeah, not by name, but
Oh,
you did.
Jesus Christ, not by name.
But she called me like that day, and she goes, "Hey, is Bill Moran, your old partner, is he talking about us on the air? That he knows some girl who was married to this guy that he used to work with, and then he saw her out at a bar with an older man." I'm like, "Wow, you nailed it so far. Yeah, it's probably you." But that was hilarious. You're like, "Danny, I'm sorry." I'm like, "For what? You're telling the truth."
Yeah, but
Did
I
anybody know the reason that you broke up? Like aside from the drive segment, but I'm saying, did anyone like? Did you publicly go on Facebook? Did anybody know? It was a
Never talked
scandal?
about it. In fact, people still think people come up to me and go, "So how's so and so?" I go, "We broke up. We got divorced like 7 years ago. We're not together anymore." And they're like, "Oh, well, you're married." I go, "Yeah, I got remarried." "Oh, no, I never made it public. I never talked about it.
Yeah.
Never addressed it."
Because
to me, I
this
thought
guy in the post doing anything different from like people going on Facebook years ago and
Yes.
updating their Facebook statuses to like
100%.
it's complicated.
Yes.
And all
Yeah,
that.
to me, that I just took my Facebook status off in general. I'm like, because that to me was just such trash when people did that stuff. It was just such trash and attention grabbing. And I was like, no, we're just not together anymore. We moved on. And my family was pretty cool about it. And
They didn't like her.
no, in fact, at my wedding, I'll be honest with you, like a lot of people were like, "All right, what the hell are we doing here?" I found that out later.
What the hell are we doing here? And nobody in your corner was like, buddy.
Oh, there are a few.
And you're blinded by love.
No, I wasn't blinded by love. I was like, well, we're already 70% here.
That is so
I know it's sad, but I was.
That's a C. Oh, we're at a C, folks. C minus.
Yeah, I mean,
C's get degrees.
I learned a lot from that.
I bet you did.
I really did. But
How long were you together? I mean, how long were you married?
we were married. Okay,
5 minutes.
we were married 13 months.
Okay.
We weren't divorced though for like 3 years, but we were married for like 13 months.
Were you seeing each other? I'm sorry, I'm getting deep. Were you seeing each other at all during that time, or you separated?
We separated, and then she would call and need something, and then try to woo me back.
Did it work?
Not really. No. And then like one day she just basically just went to the guy she was screwing around with anyway, and I was like, okay. And it was more of an ego thing at that point.
Well,
like there's a competition between you and some dude.
Yeah.
But then you find out a year later, it's a true story. She calls me up one night, and I'm thinking like most people wouldn't answer the phone if your ex-wife calls and there's nothing to talk about. But her parents were up in age.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, what if something happened? Because it was late at night when she called. Like, hey, what's up? And she's like crying. I go, what's the matter? And she had gotten into a fight with this person, and he had a health issue, and he didn't want her around, and all this other stuff. She's bawling. And I'm like, honey, I mean, and I said the word honey just out of naturally, right? And I'm like, I'm giving her some advice, and she's like, no one's called me that in so long. You really understand. No. I'm never going to forgive myself for letting you go. And in my head, I'm going, I win.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, it wasn't, I go, we weren't meant to be together.
Right.
So don't beat yourself up. But I'm like, yeah, you know what? You are wrong. And you did screw up. But hey, life, we all make mistakes. Time to move on. I've forgiven her. It's time to.
Yeah. I always figured like you never get it wrong. You know what I mean? Nothing's ever wrong. You just, you move on. And I mean, but you never get, life never really ends either. So.
No.
But you're right. Some people, it's just a better fit than others. And I think you find out you got to put some worth in yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So I think feeling like you're worth more than that doesn't mean that they're even a bad person. They're just, I'm worth more than this, than you're treating me, and I have more respect for myself, so therefore I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to involve myself in that. And those decisions can be tough and painful, but it looks like you bounced back pretty good.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm serious. It looks like you're much happier today.
Oh gosh, I'm a completely different person now.
There you go.
Look at you.
Find the right wife, the right job.
Why do you feel bad?
My relationship with
I didn't
God
mean
is
that
stronger.
I talked on the drive.
No, it was hilarious. Actually,
Yeah, but it wasn't hilarious. Like I didn't.
You didn't
I didn't say
name
his
it.
name,
He
but
didn't name any names.
I called him up right after I left that bar. I'm like, hey, buddy. I was like,
I'm like, oh yeah, I know.
Because you saw her come in with somebody that was.
Because a week before that, she had changed. Like when people are cheating, we change patterns.
Yeah.
And her pattern was all of a sudden like, oh, I'm going to start putting my clothes directly into the washer.
Ooh.
And I'm like, okay, I know why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Smelled like Dracar Noir, and I don't wear that.
And then you immediately went to Facebook and said,
by Fabergé. That's terrible. All right, we'll wrap it up. For Alex, who is a new podcast debuting September 4th called Games, and very interesting. She's in here, had it all gamed up.
Yep.
That's right.
Cool.
For Dan Barillo, who's heading off to Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas.
Nice.
Can't wait to hear all about it. I'm Bill Moran.
I hate Texas.
We'll see you Monday.
Turn the TV on, wrote a letter to you.